Who will come away the best of the West, and whose luck is about to run out?
Hello and welcome, folks, to the Onewheel Racing League. Your host, Jack Mudd, here with Ted Rosser. Ted, this is going to be an absolute doozy. We've been out here all day for some pre-qualifiers. Riders have been sending it, some big spills. What are you looking for?
You know, it is the Western Regional Qualifiers. We have some of the best riders out here in the West showing down. It's, you know, we say all the time, it's chunky, gnarly trails, but, man, every time it just gets gnarlier and gnarlier. The heat, the wind, there's a lot of tough aspects to this racing, and I can't wait to see it go down.
Absolutely. Our riders are heading to the top right now. We got a text from our associate at the top. Winds are 25 miles per hour, and the sun is beating down. It is hot here. It's tough. It's tough.
Not the easiest conditions to ride in, I'll tell you that.
Not the easiest conditions. So let's set the scene here, folks. Onewheel Racing League. This year, we have 3 qualifying events, okay? West, Central, and East.
I think that's how it works,
That's how it works. There's 3 of them. So we ran the Eastern qualifiers in Arkansas last month.
Correct.
Now, the top 2 racers from each of these events are going to the Super Bowl, which is
The race for the rail.
the Race for the Rail. Every year we hold an epic one-wheel race event called Race for the Rail. That is the World Championships of one-wheel riding. Doesn't get any bigger. It doesn't get any better. And these riders here today are trying to prove that they have what it takes to belong. So a month ago in Arkansas.
I don't even think that was a month ago. I think that was about 2 weeks ago.
Time flies when you're having
I think
fun.
it's the same month. I think we're in the same month here.
Time is flying when you're having fun. Some of the best riders were there. A lot of the same faces here, plus some more riders from the West.
Some fresh faces. Some folks made it to the finals that I haven't seen race before.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, what are some of the storylines for you on the men's side, and then we'll flip over to the women's side?
Yeah, so today I was up on the Spectator Hill where everyone's watching the race go down. We were live on the Onewheel Racing League account. If you haven't followed them, you know, get in there, see all the content. It's all posted on the IGTV. Rounds 1 and 2, male and female, are up. It was some wild racing. We saw a lot of good head-to-head racing. We saw some spills. Some unexpected parts of the trail where I thought would be, you know, not that big of a deal, turned to be some of the crucial components to the race. We saw, you know, just about everything. We saw people running off course, people not even knowing, you know, who's behind them, who's in front of them, just pinning it right to the pit. That's the goal.
And so we had 250 people, which was the maximum amount possible for this event, that signed up. We ran 250 people through time trials yesterday. Now, we took the top 16 men, top 8 women. They ran a preliminary round this morning, ended up running a bit long, but that narrowed the field down to 8 of the best men, 4 of the best women. That's who we'll be seeing today. But remind you, though, 250 people. That's who showed up.
A lot of races out there.
250 people in the West. People want it bad.
As
so for
you
me,
can see, go ahead.
Austen Silva. Austen Silva was a bit of a wild card coming out of the Arkansas race. He took a big spill. Otherwise, he might have came out on top. And so far here today, he's laid down the top time in the time trials, and he's looked very confident in the preliminary run this morning.
And a lot of the racing, too, as you saw in round 1 and round 2 of the qualifiers, there's a lot of racers splitting seconds.
Yeah.
Bodie and Elijah, split second. There was, you know, mini racers just head-to-head. And, again, it's not on a slalom. It's not who's going to make it down the first. It's a combined time.
Absolutely, yes. So this format, as Ted just alluded to, 2 riders at the top of this mountain. Okay, these 2 riders are dropping in at the same start line. There's divergent paths.
The merge.
That converge later on down this mountain face. Okay, now for those of you who have no idea what is going on or why you're here, we're racing one wheels down this mountain bike trails. It's truly remarkable. we're living in the future. This is. I had a moment today, Ted. I was sitting down at the finish line. I was like, this is Mad Max stuff. This is absolutely out of the movies. It sounds like we have a recap from the Arkansas race.
I think it's a heater, too.
Let's check out what happened in Arkansas. Boys in the booth, lay it up.
You know what? You were right. We're now in April. So that was last month.
The first stop on the ORL Tour, the Central Regional Qualifier at Dirt Surfers in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. The early talk wasn't about the competition, instead, the treacherous trails. Composed of a sharp shale rock, riders needed to stay on the right line to stay on their board. On the women's side, Raequel Payne was no stranger to the shale. She'd ridden these trails many times and looked tough to beat in the time trial portion. The question was, did any of the other women riders have what it takes to take her down? In the finals, Raequel Payne put down 2 solid times, but good isn't always good enough. Veteran rider Raequel McCosker bested Raequel Payne with a 5:28, cementing her place on the podium and stamping her ticket to Race to the Rail. On the men's side, the competition was stacked. Perennial powerhouses Bodie Harrison, Brendan Schermeyer, and Ori Rush all came in the top 5. But it was the lesser-known NorCal riders who ended up stealing the show. Austen Silva posted incredibly fast times, but a gnarly crash kept him from coming out on top. When the dust settled, it was Neil Bennett, the trail rider from Roseville, California, that sent a statement to the rest of the one-wheel world with a top overall time of 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Bennett has established himself as a favorite leading into the 2021 Race to the Rail. Heading into the West Coast Regional, the questions remain. Does Bodie Harrison have what it takes to get over the second place slump? Can a clean run from Austen Silva dethrone his training partner, Neil Bennett? Can anyone beat Raequel McCosker? We'll find out in Vegas.
Well, Ted, it was Raequel McCosker and Neil Bennett in Arkansas that came out on top. Raequel, interesting thing to me was that she got beat in the time trial portion by over a minute by Raequel Payne.
That's true.
But when the lights got bright, Raequel got serious and Raequel dusted the field. Raequel looked very, very confident here today.
You're right.
In the laps that I saw, I think she has to still be the favorite on the women's side.
Totally. Both Rachel and Raequel are great riders, but when it comes down to it, Raequel is able to put on a show, just like you said, when the lights are on.
And that was a bit of a surprise today because Raequel Payne actually took a big spill at the finish line here this morning, and she did not qualify into that top 4. So we will not be seeing Raequel Payne today. Raequel did move on. Now, someone that we did not see in Arkansas is young Zoe.
Zoe's back. This is somewhat near her home turf, even though we're in a different state. But she's used to riding.
And she's the up against Raequel. Up in the top there.
The live stream today, we were talking about Polish pastries, and it's awfully close to it. I already forgot it.
That's okay, Ted. Chloe beat Raequel Payne. Which is absolutely a huge shocker. Huge shocker.
2 young guns, too, going up
against Gabby in the top of your bracket. So that's the programming that we will be bringing to you here first. The ladies are on their way up. They will be dropping in shortly. We are here in Las Vegas for the Western Regional Qualifiers.
And the event's about to go down.
And it's about to go down, and I can't wait because, as I was saying earlier, Ted, I was down at the finish line for the prelims this morning.
How was the heat down there?
Hot.
Are we going to see a little bit of extra heat down there?
It was hot. I saw some gnarly spills. If you go on, I believe on the Onewheel story on Instagram or on the Onewheel Racing League channel on Instagram, you'll check out one of the spills that I just whipped out the cell phone. It was Raequel Payne against Chloe.
Oh, is that near the tarmac down there?
It was at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge spill. I can't believe how gutsy these riders are. Raequel Payne took – I haven't seen a spill of such magnitude in a while. Got right back up, grabbed her board, finished the lap. That is classic ORL.
Classic
Ted.
ORL. And let's talk about the terrain here. I believe we have our amateur geologist, Laser, who did a complete breakdown of the trails, the rocks, in the overall area. But yeah, it just like, you go from a single track trail here to the tarmac, hit a few berms, hit a corner, and then you're back to a straight gravel road, squirrel pig straights. We're seeing a lot of speed there, and we're going to see some epic spills.
We really are. Yeah, there's a little bit of everything here. What do you think is the most challenging part?
I think the most challenging part's that dip that we saw a few riders take a spill on the round 1 and 2 of the qualifiers.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I think you can't underestimate the finish.
It's right after the merge where the two trails merge. The left line has this one dip. The right line you have to cross down, tail drag. Pretty sketchy.
We ran it last night. I probably took it at 60%. I'm not gonna lie. For me, full head.
It was like a lot of racing.
Who you got
today?
I heard word that we are in Vegas here. I heard quite a few. I think ORL is the next big, wagering sport out there, and why wouldn't it be?
I wonder who's the bookie on that. It's laser back in the truck, just running the book.
I'm not gonna say I do or I don't, but if I was putting money down. In fact, we should do a little side bet right here, right now, Ted.
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to go with Chloe.
You're going Chloe? Man.
I mean, the question is, what are the odds, right? But I'm going to go. The way watching her beat Raequel Payne, which shocked me, absolutely shocked me. I had to check my roster sheet at the bottom because I didn't recognize who she was, and we've been to a lot of these events
that's
now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. New faces.
Know the favorites by
new faces taking out old names.
Ooh, very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff. I was down there with the timing guy. He does a bunch of mountain biking races.
Yeah.
He was like, "Dude, this is insane." And it's fun to see people from other disciplines watching one-wheel racing, and realizing that, hey, this is some exciting programming.
Getting in on the hype.
Yeah.
The fastest emerging board sport. We're taking it to the next level here with Onewheel Racing League.
That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. We'll kill some time. These guys are getting set up. One wheel is a beautiful riding experience. You get on there, it balances you. You lean to go. I got a couple comments after the last race. People are like, don't even know what they're seeing. So these boards are balancing these riders. There's a motor inside this air-filled tire. They can basically ride on all terrains. Here we're on this mountain bike park here in Las Vegas, and these riders are leaning to accelerate, leaning back to decelerate, turning on toes and heels. And it sounds like we have a terrain preview.
Oh, here we go.
Queued up for you today to talk a little bit more about the terrain here in Vegas.
Amateur geologist.
Terrain preview.
So what we have here in this valley is quite a mix of metamorphic rock. You have some very loose, grounded down sedimentary rock, which will eventually be compacted into something much harder. And then you have this, which was obviously formed by magma, a volcanic eruption at some point in time. And, I feel this, and I think about how fortunate I am to be here amongst some of the greatest one-wheelers in the world and being present around some of the oldest rock. Now let's rock on. Here at the 2021 Western Regional Qualifiers hosted by the Onewheel Racing League.
Classic ORL right there.
That's why you go. That's why you take Geology 305. Thanks, Adam. And it sounds like we have a course preview lined up. The riders are about to drop, so we're going to show you what they're riding here. Do the boys in the booth have the course preview lined up for viewership.
Dropping.
Yes, they do, Ted. Yes, they do. And Cade here is lacing his top section. So both riders starting at the top, they're going to branch off. You're going to see one trail here, but there's 2 top sections. And then they're going to converge at the bottom. Look at the ankle mobility on young Cade here. Absolutely rocking up that steep uphill. And Ted, where were you seeing people fall today? Because I was
It's right here after the merge. So as the riders come through, both of them merge right here. And as you see, he's going to hit this one dip. Right about here or so. Somewhere around there.
Cade is impervious to
Yeah,
dips.
it's like, it's kind of hard to tell. It's Cade just crushing this thing.
Making it look easy, and that's why we don't race, folks, because honestly, it just wouldn't be fair. Kidding, these guys are way faster. Anyways, Cade is making this look pretty good. So that is the majority of the top section, and he's going to hop onto the concrete here. Now, a couple surprises on the concrete. We got a couple berms that you have to hit.
Bermageddon.
Bermageddon 1 and Bermageddon 2. So that's the first one. Schloop. And the second one is down here. We're going to give you all kinds of angles of this course. We have 2 FPV drones. We have 3 fixed cameras. So you will be able to see every angle of these riders. Next up, Ted, what do you got?
Well, we're missing a Chrysler, but this is a great corner.
That's true. Yep, little berm section there as well.
Actually, though, let me say one thing. That gets pretty loose in that corner, too, and it's pretty off-camber, which is kind of gnarly.
I took it real slow today. Onto the flat top, people are hauling. We had some really entertaining passes right here. We had some very entertaining passes in the prelims, and then you're going to drop down into what we call the oven. It is so dang hot down in here. And there's neck and neck racing at this point. This is where I saw some gnarly spills because people are absolutely going as fast as they possibly can.
And then we're going to come across here to the finish where we will have a special surprise.
Special surprise at the finish
For the
because
finals.
it's Las Vegas. Nope, we moved that table and we supplanted it with something a little better. That's your course.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a doozy.
Cade did put down a hot lap.
Yeah, what's the time on that, guys? Jeez. Yeah, absolute beast of a course. How do you think? I mean, it's got to be more challenging than that Arkansas course, if we're honest, I think.
I think it's more challenging because you have the head-to-head competition going on, but you're also not racing against the other rider, you know? So you're racing against combined times, but people do push it a little bit harder because they see the rider to the left or right just going absolute ham. And they're like, I need to punch it even harder.
That's
but
right.
Both sections require a different set of skills. Some sections on the left trail you need to slow down for. Some sections on the right trail you need to speed up for. So it's really just the best racing you could possibly see head-to-head without being a winner.
Absolutely, and I think we explained it, but you're looking at the top of the mountain here. Riders are getting queued up to drop. But, yes, these riders are going to run course A. What are we calling it? Left and right?
Yeah, left and right.
They're going to run left. One rider's going to run left. One rider's going to right. They're going to switch. Lowest combined time from those 2 laps moves on in our bracket format here today. So it's head-to-head, which is always fun to watch.
But also enduro time.
But also with some timing.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a hybrid model.
A little bit of extra spice in that.
A little bit of a hybrid model. Again, wind gusts up to 25 at the top. Temps as high as, I can only assume 98.
In the 90s, for sure.
At least mid-90s.
Mids.
There you see the course unfold. And I think that opening section is going to be pretty key, Ted, because they're starting at the same moment. They're starting on the same line, right? So who gets that whole shot and who laces that opening section, I think is going to be really, really informative as to who wins. So it looks like we have Chloe and Gabby. Gabby racing out of Northern California, Chloe out of Montana.
Yeah.
So, Bozeman, out of Bozeman. That's the West, too.
what we're going to see here when we watch the racers drop, on the left side of the camera, you're going to see Chloe. But she is, in fact, riding the right trail. And then you have, Gabby on the right side riding the left trail.
Yep, that's right.
It's going to be a little confusing to talk about, but they are going to be swapping trails.
Yeah, and our camera angle will switch here too. So, but what you have on the left side of your screen is Chloe. On the right side of your screen is Gabby. They are getting primed, and they should be dropping momentarily. And they are off. Okay, what do we got here, Ted? Look at that first section. Neck and neck through the first section. Here's the split. This is going to be interesting to see how they take this. Let's see, we have Gabby on the left. It looks pretty tight. It looks like Gabby maybe getting a little bit out ahead.
But again, these two trails are different, so it's not a head-to-head type race. There are going to be a bit of pulls in
Absolutely. Coming up that steep incline on the right.
Here we go. We're going to see a lot of tail scraping here on that left side trail coming down. Right side's about to merge.
And Gabby's up on the ridge. Look at that shot. Sick.
Straight
into
merge.
The convergence. Are you kidding me? Neck and neck. Oh, my God. She stays on. Chloe stays on, but Gabby gets out in front, puts her foot on the gas. That
I'm telling
was
you, Jack,
insane.
that merge is going to be the most entertaining part of this race.
Okay, they're getting onto the flat part here. This is where you're going to see both riders pin it. Gabby accelerating, Chloe in the back. Chloe, again, was the #1 seed on the female side. They're hitting this berm. And that's an opportunity to make up some time right there, I think, for
It's
Chloe.
a bit of a regular advantage
That's right.
to hit that with your forehand. Chloe's hitting on her backside.
That's true. Yep. Into the straightaway again. And again, these riders are pinning it. They're finding that line.
Looks like Chloe's gaining some speed.
Into this first berm section, or I guess third berm section.
Kind of corner.
Corner section. We'll find a name for it by the end of the broadcast here today, folks. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. We'll see if Chloe can catch up. Gabby is out in front. I wouldn't call it a comfortable lead. Chloe looks like she's making a move. Chloe is calculating when she's going to stomp on the gas. And they're going to have a right-hand turn here. Again, probably advantage regular rider. But look at Chloe. Look at Chloe. Are you kidding me?
Squirrel
Chloe,
pig straights. Here we go.
Neck and neck. Down the finish line. Gabby with a slight lead. Chloe accelerating. Chloe, I think, takes it.
Oh, that was a close race.
My God.
I don't know if I could say Chloe for sure took that. We might need to see a photo finish there.
Photo finish at the end. That
what
was
a race
insane
to start off with. I mean, oh my gosh.
Woo!
The level of intensity as me and Jack are just hunkered over here watching the screen.
I just got my mind blown by that one. The convergence at the same moment.
Dude, the merge, I'm telling you, the great merge.
Gabby, I thought, I knew it wasn't comfortable, but to watch Chloe close that gap at the end, and that's totally what we saw earlier today in the prelims, I think Chloe has this extra gear.
Well, it's like trying to merge on the I-5 during rush hour.
Woo.
And Chloe just had to step on the gas to get in front there.
Oh, my goodness. This has to be the best live programming that's out there at this moment on the internet.
If we always say it's the best one, it just keeps getting better.
That was insane. Oh, my God. All right, first race in the books. Again, those two are going to race again,
swapping
head-to-head on the other trail. And next up, we have Zoe in the left lane and Raequel in the right lane, and this is going to be another heater.
I think Zoe, if she's going to stay composed like she was in the qualifying round, I think she might take the lead on this one. We'll see.
We will see. Zoe, of course, at last year's Race to the Rail, put down the fastest times on the female side.
Yeah.
So Zoe is,
it's not their first time
biz.
racing against each other either.
Nope. That family is here today to watch her race. Really nice people, and they are off. Ooh, little bobble on the. Zoe's off on the top. Oh my goodness. We'll see if Raequel lays down a more conservative lap here because Zoe came off on the top. Raequel seems like she is in the zone. Raquel's got that signature riding style, sort of hunched over, sort of low to the ground. I feel like I can see a Raequel clip a mile away. She looks pretty calm and collected here. and we'll see if Zoe can make up some time. But
Bit
she's
of a
got
bobble.
to. Yeah. No, and this course can get you at any moment. I mean, these riders, they make it look pretty easy. Again, last night, riding this, not easy. Not easy at all. Raequel is getting down. This is the convergence here, huh?
She's going to hit the merge solo. Zoe's not too far behind, though, after one spill.
There's Zoe.
See if she can make up the time
Again,
on the straight.
2 laps. But after this, there's not a ton of opportunity to fall for Raequel other than maybe on those berms. You have to think she's going to take it a little easy. On the other side, though, Zoe is going to gas it. Here's Raequel out in front. Cameraman Cade tracking. Up
Berm
into the
one.
berm.
Doing it
Down.
dirty.
Okay. Ooh. Bit of a bobble, but not enough to really slow her down. Berm 2. Back onto the flat top. She's got this Chrysler corner. There is a minivan there, Ted.
We could call that the Chrysler.
Yeah.
It might be.
That it looks like a Chrysler from here. Probably a Caravan.
Just depends how many cup holders it has.
Who knows? Zoe is in picture, though. Zoe, down the ravine.
Down in the hill. I told you, it gets loose in there.
It does.
And it's definitely off camber. If you're taking it on that front side, you heel out like she just did.
Yep.
It's not a good time.
That is going to be, there's no other way to put it. That's going to be a disappointing run for Zoe.
So
The thing is,
Zoe's gonna need Raequel to bobble on the next lap.
She
in order
absolutely
for her
is.
to make up some time here.
Raequel is not holding back, and that's why these riders are sending it, because they know it's timed, and they're racing the clock. And Raequel finishes.
Zoe's
and
gonna
Zoe
come in behind.
is going to be a bit.
And
now,
that'll do
Zoe,
it for round 1 of the women's.
That'll do it. Zoe has a ticket to race 3 already as the fastest time, female time from race 3 last year. So she's going no matter what. Going to be disappointing, but that's racing. Up at the top here, we have Austen. And who's number 3 on the left there, Ted? Do you recognize who that is?
I think it's Isaac. Yeah,
That
is
is Isaac. Okay, Chloe's older brother out of Bozeman.
Just really making a name for themselves out here.
Dude,
Western Regional
The
Qualifiers.
Bozeman riding gang is not messing around. Austin, I believe we have a typo because I think it's Silva in the last name there, but Austin has to be the favorite here, Ted.
It is. They use Zoe's last name for Austin, but that's all good. Austin was also a favorite in Arkansas, but did take that tumble, as we saw. But he's back. He's back and better than ever, and he's ready to lay down some hot times.
Racing out of Northern California, he probably is the clubhouse favorite on the men's side. So let's see if Isaac can pull some sort of trick out of the hat. Austin's going to let him get a little bit of a – he's going to fall back on this opening section and maybe let it loose down here. Look at down that
this
chunky
is a 6
section.
shot.
Yeah, this is a 6 shot, huh? Wow. Oh, my God. Isaac almost loses it into that rock section. Isaac is pinning it, Ted.
He was looking really fast today, and he's so calm.
Isaac into the dip.
We're about to hit the merge here in a second.
See,
trail on the left now, but right trail has that one dip before.
I think Austin's got sneaky speed because I thought Isaac was burning him, but at the convergence, Austin is definitely cooking here, Ted.
It's going to come down to the berms here to see if he could keep that speed, stay on the board.
Let's see what Isaac has. Isaac, I know, sort of does a lot of trick riding. I don't know how much time he spends riding trails. I know Austin spends all day.
Full blown, yeah.
Yeah, they're
only
training.
rides trails.
That's what I keep hearing is these guys are training nonstop, riding trails every day, and it's showing here.
Here we hit the corner.
Here we hit the Chrysler corner.
Looks like we got
It's still a ball
there as
game.
well.
It's still a ball game. Let's
and
see.
again, this is based off time. So even though Austin is ahead on this lap, doesn't mean that he is going to take the lead overall.
It'll be interesting to see where these guys finish. We got the time running, unofficial timer, or potentially official in the bottom right corner. These guys are all wearing laser, some sort of RFID chips, and let's see what this time is because it's gonna be informative of what we got to beat here. 1:52-ish.
Somewhere around there.
Probably a pretty good time, you have to assume.
That was a clean lap held down by both riders.
That was, and there were some early bobbles there.
Yeah.
very early bobbles, particularly on Isaac's side, that he saved.
I'd be stoked if I was either rider there. Just put down clean lap, get the momentum going.
I'd be stoked if I could ride a one wheel like either of those guys. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so we got Austen, pretty healthy lead. I mean, not healthy. That was just a couple seconds.
Yeah, it's close.
I mean, it's gonna if he has any sort of slip up in the next round. I mean, we've seen particularly the top portion of this course, but there's some other opportunities for some slip ups too.
There's a pinnacle of spectators right here.
How rad is that, Ted?
Look at that feather flag. Me and Lasers put that up. It's holding in 25-mile-an-hour gusts.
Planted well,
Good old
absolutely.
feather flag.
But this has been an awesome weekend. It looks like we have Noah and Dave, and this is going to be interesting because this is, I think, our youngest rider against our most elderly, our elder statesman, I would say. Dave, of course, a perennial favorite, and Noah is like the junior league champion, I think. I know he's been in sort of the Groms races. He's
flying
probably
Hawaiian.
17. Okay, so Noah on your left, Dave on your right. Experience versus the youth movement. Who do we have today? Noah was a surprise for me. I know he rides one wheel all day long, but I was surprised a little bit to see him get into this finals here.
He's fast. He's a fast rider.
He is
Watch him
fast.
through all the qualifiers.
I know he's been putting in the work. Look at him drop
And he's
in
really
there.
steady, too.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Dave on the left from this vantage point. Noah on the right. Close out of the convergence. Pushing it into the pavement section. We will see if Noah can catch up some time on Dave. I feel like out in front, it's hard to make up ground on him.
I think Noah's pretty fast still on these straightaways, though. I think
berm section.
Takes that high berm. That was steezy.
Into the lower berm section. It's neck and neck down here. It is neck and neck into the corner.
Here
Dave, Stewart, and Noah in the. I feel like I saw Noah's board bobble a little bit into this flat. Dave Stewart out ahead. Again, the 20. When did Dave win? Dave won Race the Rail in 2019. Noah's catching up. Noah is catching up. Ooh,
pass them there on the
my
Squirrel
goodness.
Pig straight.
Noah with the pass. And it's going to come into this heel side turn for Noah. Dave's going to go for the pass again.
On the
Dave
inside.
is going for the pass on the toe side. It's neck and neck coming down the straightaway. These two riders are pushing it. Dave Stewart, Noah. Who's it going to be? Noah out by a nose.
Wow. What a race.
Wow.
What
Are
a
you
race.
kidding me? Noah by a nose on Dave. Little show of respect there from Dave and Noah. Oh, my goodness.
I can't wait to see them stack up round two after how close that one was.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't catch the time, but that's a fast time, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's Ted, I'm a sucker for the straightaway late in the game. Is there anything better than racing than just –
nothing better than just two head-to-head racing going on, Squirrel Pig straight.
Oh, my God.
You'd love to see those straight, fast, but still, sketchy because it's straight gravel, really loose.
And mind you, everything looks slower from the drone, but these folks are going probably 20-plus miles an hour, absolutely hauling on these boards. And it sounds like we got another two riders at the tent at the top that are getting ready to go.
We'll still got a lot of racing to go.
Who that is. Yep, we're in the round of 8 and 4. Run them twice, narrow it down to 4 and 2. And so it goes in the world of bracket racing. So grab yourselves a beverage, folks, and strap on into the couch because, we're going to be here for a minute, and it's going to be exciting. Again, this is the Onewheel Racing League here. It's 2020. What year is it, Ted? I think
2001?
2001, and we are living in the future, folks. Onewheel Racing League. This is fun as heck. And you know what else this is, Ted? This is Classic ORL.
This is Classic ORL going
This
down
is
here.
Classic ORL.
Good old head-to-head racing.
If there's a more entertaining sport out there, I sure haven't seen it.
The cornholes on ESPN, can you believe that?
Absolutely.
Cornhole's
I will
something
say
you
that
play in your
the
yard.
sort of like lumberjack competitions, those are pretty dope.
Yeah.
But if you're watching and you're part of ESPN The Ocho, you got to be thinking, This may be the future.
Definitely cooler than cornhole.
Definitely. Well, the crashes are a lot bigger. I'll tell you that much. The crashes are a lot bigger, and the riders are going a lot faster. We're here in Vegas. We got Jesse, and we got Ori. Ori is just the guy that never – he's always in the picture.
He's always there.
And I don't know much about Jesse. I think Jesse's from Hawaii. Is that correct? Jesse's here all the way from Hawaii, and they are out of the gates. Jesse with a little surge right there up top. Nice little start.
Jesse's definitely from Hawaii, and I totally botched the last handle. I believe this is the Flying Hawaiian.
This is the Flying Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Noah is, I believe, from Florida.
My bad, Noah.
That's okay. We got Jesse on the right, and we have Ori with a big slide out. Oh, my God, and Jesse misses the turn. Folks, this is chaos. Jesse running his board up to a good starting spot, getting engaged. Where's Ori? Ori's ahead. Ori is ahead.
As Jesse comes down this
God.
downhill, though, they might be able to get closer here on the merge. Doesn't seem to be the case.
Jesse
will.
Oh my God.
Second spill for Jesse.
Jesse with a huge tumble. Ori out in front. I did not see this coming.
Ori just needs to keep it steady, put in a good lap, and then keep it steady on the next one, too. Jesse's going to really have to go full send on that next round.
Wheels to the wall. Ori into the first berm section.
Clean.
Looking clean. Onto the pavement. At this point, if you're Ori, you took a big spill up top. You're thinking you're lucky. Ori might go lay down some money on the tables later this season.
He's feeling good. He's feeling good.
Because that's a tremendous stroke of luck to have Jesse go down twice. Jesse laid down incredibly fast laps in the pre-qualifiers and actually knocked out Dom Williams, one of the stronger riders as well. Jesse's no slouch. But
came to win. He came to race.
He did, but two big spills. You got to run clean laps. Ori coming down the finish line here. We lost him at the end, but we can assume that Ori just laid down. It wasn't a clean run, but it was a better run, and that's what counts in these early rounds.
We cut out there for a second, but if
so they're gonna be in the 2-minute range. Ori, wow, Jesse made up some ground.
Yeah, he really did.
He is only a few seconds behind, so that's actually pretty impressive. There, big spills, folks. You're
big
getting
spills, big speed gains.
I think
good action.
The viewers at home are getting their money's worth. It's not saying a lot because this broadcast is brought to you for free.
Yeah.
But 3 crashes on that run right there. Ori from Mansfield, Ohio, and Jesse from Hawaii. Jesse with 2 big spills. Ori with a spill right off the bat.
You know, as we've seen in previous races of the rails, Ori could take a tumble and still somehow find a way to come out on top.
I heard Ori took a massive tumble yesterday and had, he's wearing some big wrist braces today. Glad to see that he's racing. Glad that dude's made out of Gumby.
Still in one piece.
Dude is made out of Gumby. These guys are going 20 miles an hour down these trails. Boom.
I saw Neil Bennett take the hardest slam I've seen in quite some time today. Superman, probably about 15 feet onto the next section, and just fully got back up and then pinned it and caught up.
Is Neil in this? Did he make it?
No, I think Neil got cut out, or not cut out, but knocked out by, I forget who it is.
Well, that taking a 20-foot tumble is not going to help your time.
No.
That's for sure. Folks, we're living it.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're doing it here, the Western Regional Qualifiers.
Here in Las Vegas, Onewheel Racing League. Give us a follow at Onewheel Racing League, at Onewheel. Oh, my goodness. Drop in the comment section after this first bit of riding who you have. Who are you thinking has it?
Still not over yet. We got Brandon and Bodie.
Oh, my gosh. This is going to be a spicy one, Ted. Yeah. Well, Brandon Schermeyer, of course, your 2020 Race the Rail champion. Bodie, what's the story on Bodie, Ted?
Bodie's a bridesmaid,
He's
always up there. He's just never been able to come out on top.
One of the, just an amazingly nice person, great guy, amazingly talented Onewheel rider, but
great sportsman.
Great sportsman, ton of respect for Bodie, but he has come in second place
far too many times.
So many times. We'll see if this is the year or this is the event for Bodie. Let's see. Who's who, Ted, on your screen?
We got Bodie on the left. And we have Brendan on the right.
Brendan on the right, regular footed rider. Bodie is your goofy footed rider on the high line here. Both riders are...
It's going to come down to this merge, I think.
Looking pretty...
Look at this merge.
Ooh, this is a good one. It looks like Brendan was okay on this one to just kind of, let Bodie have that pole position. It seems like the left lane is a little bit faster, Ted.
I think so.
Yep. Coming onto the pavement at 50 seconds. Onto the pavement at 50 seconds. Bodie in the lead. Your 2020 champion, Brendan Schermeyer, in second.
A cool second, though. He's trailing behind.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not stressed right now. And we'll see if Brendan wants to make a move here late on the course in some of these straightaways, or if he's content to just say, hey, I let you have the faster lap on the faster trail, and I'm going to get the faster one next time. But it doesn't look like that way. Oh, God, that's a sketchy little corner, huh?
It's that one corner that doesn't seem like it's that gnarly.
Chrysler built a crazy berm this year, huh? Wow.
If you take it, with the wrong angle, you're definitely going to get dumped.
Into the straightaway. This is where we've seen some passes. So we have this straight. We have a sharp right here. And we'll see if this is going to be Brendan's toe side. Bodie's going heel side. Brendan lost the line. Oh, I thought Brendan would. Brendan's still in it. Brendan's got straight line speed. Brendan is not afraid of anything. And Brendan, I think he beats Bodie.
Oh, my gosh. Just as we saw him do before, he gets on that straightaway. He absolutely pins it. And I think he might take the W on that lap.
Psycho.
That was
Brendan
crazy.
is a psycho.
I thought he was taking it. I think he was taking it easy for a little bit. Turns out, why did I even think that? Dude just doesn't ever take it easy.
Brendan Schermeyer, Floating McFly, is a crazy person.
I talked to him earlier this morning, and he's just yelling. If I yelled as loud as he would, I'd peak this mic. But he was juiced up. He got himself a orange, kale, celery, apple smoothie this morning.
Big health and wellness guy.
Yeah.
Which I respect. And
looks like the smoothie paid off because it gave him that extra boost juice.
Extra boost juice for Brendan Schermeyer for sure. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely insane. Ted, what do we got in this next round here?
It looks like we have the women coming back. I want to say this is Gabby on the left, and then Raequel on the right. Sorry, we got a little bit of generator running on the background. We're trying to fix this here. But I want to say that's Gabby on the left. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is Gabby and Chloe. This is round one. They're swapping again. Gabby and Chloe. There we go. So what they're going to do is they're going to swap lines. Gabby's going to take the right line, which is to the left on when we're watching it here. Chloe's going to take the right line, which is her left line. And they're gonna battle it out, and then we're gonna get an official time to see who's gonna move on.
Riders at the top. That's got to be a crazy feeling, being up there and knowing that you're about to have a wild 2 minutes.
Here they are.
And they are off. Gabby on the right, Chloe on the left. Who finished first, Ted, last time? Do you remember?
I can't recall.
I think that, well, we'll see. But both riders looking confident. I think it was a clean lap last time. So both of these riders are fully in it here. Again, Gabby on your right. Oh my
big
gosh.
Spill.
Chloe, huge spill.
Gabby just needs to, keep a clean line, keep her straight, keep her fast.
Down the dip, up the other side. Gabby looking pretty comfortable, pretty confident. A big shout out to Chloe for getting up, getting back on your board after a spill like that.
Chloe's kind of making up some time too. She's closing in. We haven't even hit the straightaways yet.
That's right. Chloe is back in frame, and Chloe is flying. Oh my gosh. It's back to being a ball game. I can't believe that. Chloe must just have another gear. We're hitting the blacktop at 107, and Chloe is fully in this thing, Ted. Gabby out by a little bit. We'll see if this berm changes anything here. Ooh, Chloe
Bit
struggling
of a
on the
slowdown.
berm.
Hit that little soft section. You could see the tire spinning for a bit.
Gabby looks good there. Gabby hit that well.
Gabby opening up that gap a bit more.
Yep. Gabby out by a nose. But
Chloe trying to close it in.
Slip up here would cost her the race. Around Chrysler Corner, into the straightaway. First of 2 straightaways, and Chloe's got this gear, Ted.
She's got that fast
She's got
straightaway
that
speed.
Brendan Schurmeyer extra gear.
Maybe she was drinking juice this
I'd
morning
patent
too.
it if I were them. Oh my gosh, Chloe is neck and neck with Gabby, and Gabby says no. This is going to come down to the end here. Chloe with the pass, heel side turn,
Took that
coming
inside
down
line.
the ramp. Dear goodness, folks, Chloe wants to win this race. Are you kidding me? Chloe and the fire cannons are firing. Classico Oral, Ted.
Classic. Or I was waiting for that to happen.
Oh my God.
What a great race.
Chloe.
With a major spill, still able to come back and just claim it right
Are
in front
you
of the
serious?
right in front of the flames.
How did that happen? Did you see that spill?
I thought Gabby had it in the bag.
I thought she wasn't gonna get up. I thought she was. She was
That
fully
was a full.
splayed.
That was a full blown.
Oh my
just
gosh!
wreck.
That's why you gotta wear a helmet, folks. Strap up your pads. Wear a helmet. Whew.
We're bubble wrap at that point.
Oh my goodness, Chloe with. That was the comeback of the day, and we've had some comebacks today.
I can't wait to see the official time come out because even though Chloe did win that, doesn't mean she took the overall lead.
That's right. That's right. We don't know.
We don't even know
who has the splits there.
Just two dudes with a microphone.
Raequel and Zoe up next. Raequel and Zoe. Oh
So
my
I think
gosh.
Raequel's gonna
I'm
take.
gonna need to take a nap halfway through this. that was nuts. How did she make up the time? Who knows? Chloe's probably riding that special sauce firmware.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and they're off. Raequel on the right, Zoe on the left. Zoe is going to need to make up time here, Ted, right? Zoe definitely needs to make up time. Zoe took a couple spills in the first one. So far, so good. Again, that left lane is a bit faster than that right lane. So Zoe needs to come to the convergence out in front of Raequel. We'll see if that's happening. Raequel is kind of flying over there.
Zoe took that. There's 2 lines right there before you hit that turn. If you stay too right, you have to see that little drop that she managed to maneuver. But if you take the left line, it's a bit slower, but it's a little bit easier.
Here we come to the convergence, and they're dropping at the same time.
Pretty tight.
Raequel just in front. Zoe needed to be out in front of Raequel there. She's going to need Raequel to take a spill or have a bobble somewhere in here. Entirely possible on this course here we've seen today. At any moment, these riders could go down if they don't stay on their toes. On to the blacktop at 1:05. Raquel's feeling good. Look at her into the tuck. Into the tuck.
Full speed tuck.
Aerodynamics is to be taken seriously
Berm one's
here.
pretty close.
Wow.
I'd
neck
love
and
to
neck.
see a pass. Someone
Come on,
go
Zoe.
high,
Come
someone
on,
go low
Zoe.
on the berm.
That would be nuts. Come on, Zoe. Kick it into that gear. Raequel out in front. Again, Zoe with, I think, 2 spills on the first lap.
You can see the wind whipping their pennies there.
Oh, we're getting big gusts here, Ted. Hopefully our broadcast here stays put together for you. Into the Chrysler corner. Raequel with a little bit of boost juice there. Coming out in front through the corner. On to the first of 2 straightaways. We have seen so much action in these back straightaways today. It has just been a joy and a privilege.
Here goes Zoe.
Here she goes.
Closing the
making her
gap.
move.
Making the move.
Wow. Raequel
Zoe
didn't see her, and
Thomas is
Zoe
now the leader.
just blasts by.
So hit this corner.
Around the toe side turn, and Raequel's making
kinda
a move. Raequel's making a move. And Raequel makes an inside move. And they are neck and neck coming into the straightaway. Zoe has a nose out in front coming into the straightaway. Zoe is going to finish in front of Raequel at around 220 there, but I have a feeling that's not going to be enough for her to move on to the next round.
We will see.
We will see. So, Raequel or Zoe moving on. We think it's probably Raequel who you're going to see in the women's finals here. Oh my goodness!
What a race!
What a race!
That's
I mean, what? It's hard to explain how all of these are neck and neck in the top, and just when I think it's going to turn out a certain way, someone else comes and just blasts past in the straightaways.
It's those subtle differences with that first drop between the two trails that makes it seem that someone has the advantage over the other.
Yeah.
But as soon as they hit that merge, it's an even game, and it's who could keep that speed, stay on their board,
and then at the
pin
bottom, I mean, we're just seeing some of these riders and like they just wanted more, or they're just pushing it, you know. But it's just amazing to see, you know, some of these passes that are happening down there. What's the line that you like? What are the lines that you're looking at, Ted, from a racing perspective?
Well,
there's the bottom there.
It starts from the top, right? So obviously, when you start on your own single track, there's a few different lines you want to take depending on your personal riding style. But what happens is when you come down, about to hit that tarmac, if you take the inside line, it's really loose. There's some gravel. There's some little chunky rocks. So you could take that outside, come inside like we saw some of the people do after the merge, and then hitting that Chrysler corner, you also want to take that outside to inside, because if you stay inside the entire time, you start to slip out with that loose gravel.
Yep, we've seen that a few times today, and we are back at the top, staging for the men's, the double side of the men's here. We got Austen and Isaac. Austen is on your right, Isaac is on your left. Austen in the green helmet. And Austen had a very hot lap. I think it was 150 the first time around. So Isaac is going to need to make up some time here. Austen just looks impossibly fast.
He is the fastest one out here so far.
How is this? Look at that.
Doesn't even seem real.
It doesn't. It's like video game style. You should see a normal person ride this stuff. It doesn't look like that, I'll tell you that much. Isaac also looking good, though, and coming to the convergence just behind him. That's how fast Austen is, though. Dear goodness, folks. Onewheel Racing gets me fired up. Okay, we have Austen and we have Isaac, and they're coming on to the pavement straightaway.
Take a nice mellow carve there into the tarmac.
Austen, oh, he's waving to the camera. Are you kidding me?
He's feeling comfortable.
I mean, if he takes a spill, though, and Isaac beats him, like, they didn't come more than 2 seconds different.
No, this is a close race this entire time.
Like, is Austen taking it easy? Isaac looks like he's catching up. What the heck is going on here? Maybe is Austen sleeping? And can Isaac make him pay here in Vegas? That is the question here, folks, as we get into the first of two straightaways. Austen out in front. I think Austen just has another gear. Maybe he just is so confident in his riding abilities.
He's got that like nitrous boost that he could just deploy at any time.
Some of these folks have it. You know, we're seeing that here today. Brendan Schurmeyer has it.
Last turn of the race.
Zoe has it. Chloe had it. And Austen is looking calm and comfortable.
He's keeping that gap.
And he is going to cross the finish line, which is, of course, highlighted by two 16-foot pyrotechnic towers.
I hope they don't run out of propane before the finals.
You know, they said they had 20 blasts, Ted.
Well, it looks like we've seen about 6 so
yeah,
far.
they said they had 20 blasts. Comment in the comments below. Drop a flame emoji for the 16-foot pyrotechnics. That is classic ORL, Ted.
Classic ORL. Let's talk about that for a second. That was about a week ago. You said, what did you say?
I said we're getting pyrotechnics.
You said it'd be sick if we had flame towers.
That's true.
At the end of the race.
That's true. That is ORL mentality.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the first year of ORL here, and I'm just so gosh darn excited to watch this thing grow. Tell your friends to tell their friends, because this, you know, Ted, I think there's a bright future here. I think Onewheel Racing, someday you're going to see it on TV.
Pyrotechnics are just going to get better, too.
Pyrotechnics are a key component to what we are doing, but the other key is gnarly trails in fierce competition.
There's a lot of that out there. There's a lot of room to grow.
There certainly is. All right, well, we are back on the hill here. This was a fun one the first time, right?
Dewey Stew
and Noah from Florida. The honorary flying Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Flying Floridian.
Yeah, exactly.
The flying Floridian here. Oh, my goodness.
Dave Stewart's also riding my personal Sure Stance Fusion pad because we didn't have any more for the ORL boards. So I was like, Dave, you could take my board, rip that pad off, Maybe it'll give you some extra speed. There's dried apricot on there.
But she's sticky.
But she's
Good
sticky.
for some gumption. And these guys are off. Oh, so Ori, both these riders took huge spills.
Whoa, we had a bit of a...
There they go.
No, but we had Tahoe Dave there for a second.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we had a mix-up in the start.
So this is not Tahoe Dave. This is Ori Rush versus...
and Jesse.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah? It looks like Ori and Jesse. Ori on your right,
so this
Jesse
is
on
the
your
real
left.
Flying Hawaiian.
The real Flying Hawaiian on now the right-hand side of your screen. Now, he took 2 massive spills. Ori took 1 big spill. These guys, they got some bumps. They got some bruises. But
they're looking like they're neck and neck.
Oh, yes. I freaking love it when it lines up like that, Ted. Ori out in front. Jesse is flying all the way from Hawaii in second place here. And I think that Ori came in ahead of him last
Ori off his board on the
my
concrete.
gosh.
Like I said, that gets really loose right there in that corner if you can't hang on tight. As you see, Jesse just pull away with that lead.
I looked over to you for 1 second,
You
and
missed
I
it.
totally missed
That's
that
what I'm
yard
saying,
sale
folks.
there.
You got to be glued to that TV screen right now.
I think Ori from Mansfield, Ohio, may be made of steel.
Dude slams and slams and slams again.
And gets back up every single time. Ori needs to win some sort of Ironman award because that is absolutely a showcase of grit, Ted. That's grit.
Such a great dude.
Such a great dude. Absolutely.
Great dudes know how to fall hard.
Jesse here is ahead enough where he may punch his ticket, but I think Ori won the first round. Jesse's feeling good, though. Look at that. That's a sweet angle there, huh, Ted? Look at that. These guys are hauling. It's tough to tell, but they are hauling.
Oh, more flame.
More flame. Fire the cannons, Ted. We are past the finish line. Dear goodness. Ori and Jesse. We will see who moves on. Those guys give you your money's worth. Those two.
Both of those dudes just go Richter.
They absolutely do. They absolutely do.
It's probably the perfect matchup because if you had a calm rider like Tahoe Dave, I think Tahoe Dave might come out on top just because he's just flow and like steady, You get Ori and Jesse together, those dudes are just like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, both of them. Both of them have that style. Oh, we're off. Racing is nonstop and relentless here in the ORL. We don't have no idea who's in the left lane or the right lane, but we will tell you as soon as we ID these riders. They both look like they are fast as heck and they belong here in the Western Regional Qualifiers. On your right, it looks like you have Bodie, the goofy-footed rider. On your left, I think that's going to be
Brendan?
No, this is Noah and Tahoe Dave. This is the young gun Noah on the top of your frame. Look at him lace that section. And Tahoe Dave, the crafty veteran, there on the bottom. Folks, you're looking at us, we're looking at you. It's Noah and Tahoe Dave. Dave is in the left lane. Noah is in the right lane. We're going to do our best to tell you what the heck is going on here. But
I'm sitting in the left seat, Jackson in the right seat.
One of these two racers are charging towards the finish line.
We're at 54 seconds, so they're probably on the straights right now.
Do you know who won the last lap? Do you remember?
No.
Okay. We're sorry, folks. We're light on details here, but what we do know is that either Noah or Dave is going to be moving on from this bracket.
I think it was Dave.
I think we lost our drone angle. Now we're back. We'll catch you up on what happened there. Now, folks, these drones are flying at about 25-degree winds. So if we have a drone, we had a drone run into a tree last time.
Yeah, we could have multiple drones go down.
That's what happens when you're racing and you're flying drones.
Oh, we got him back.
We are back.
Let's see who's in the lead here.
It's Dave in front. It's Dave in front of Noah. I think that's Dave in front of Noah. Dave snuck out in front of Noah, and Dave is cruising in. Oh, there you go.
Oh, man.
A little late on the trigger
I sure
pull
do
there.
hope someone's got some extra propane there in their camper we could just pull.
We're going to need a second tank, Ted.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Look at these guys. Mad respect from Noah and Dave. That's like that's the next generation there of one-wheel riders. Who do we have up at the top here now? I think this is going to be Brendan and Bodie.
Brendan Bodie.
Should be. Wow. But David and Noah are close on both
Yeah,
races.
it's going to be a tight race for them.
That is going to be a tight race. Okay. We're getting word that we have Brendan and Bodie up next. That was our hunch?
Yeah.
That was our suspicion.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
Bodie,
these might be the last two, and then we go to
yeah, then we
next
move
round.
up around. So Bodie on the left-hand side of your screen here. Brendan Schermeyer, Floaty McFly on the right. And they are off. Okay. And this was this is a fun race to watch. I can't wait to see who wins this, Ted. Brendan Schermeyer on the left-hand side. Bodie Harrison on the right. Brendan racing out of LA. Bodie racing out of Sacramento. Oh, Brendan Schermeyer almost lost right there. Big bobble in that top section. Bodie charging through that dip. That dip is easy to lose speed on. He did not. Brendan Schermeyer on the high line here. Bodie coming through the little canyon. Brendan is out in front by not a ton, but enough. Brendan, of course, edged Bodie out at the very end last lap. So if he finishes in front of Bodie, we know that he's moving on.
We'll see if Bodie closes a gap here when they hit the straight.
Brendan Schermeyer is
Brendan loves that look back
straight
too.
line, as you said, bat out of hell, extra gear guy.
Yeah.
He's one of those extra gear guys.
Looking back to see the gap he's got.
Yep.
Pretty soon he'll start chucking up to LA.
You want to know where that guy is behind you. Let's see if Bodie needs this.
Bodie does need this.
Bodie needs this. Come on now, Bodie. Bodie in behind. But Brendan, it's going to be hard to catch up to Brendan in any sort of straight line situation. You know? I think Bodie needed that top
Bodie,
section.
You know, is able to pull away with the win.
We won't count our eggs before they're hatched, that's for sure.
Throw down the bridesmaid duties.
That's right. Bodie does have a invite to race the rail based on the last qualifier in Arkansas. He came in second place, which gives him a ticket. But there you have it, folks. Brendan Schermeyer. The flames are flowing. The flames have fired, and Brendan Schermeyer will be moving on to the next round. Nothing but respect here at the ORL amongst our competitors. Bodie, amazing rider, but he will not be moving on. Brendan Schermeyer.
Well, it's not official, but it's
unless my eyes deceive me, Ted. I have a hunch that we're going to be seeing Floaty McFly
in the next round.
Floating around in the next round. Gosh darn it, folks. Is that not a beautiful sight? Drink it in. Las Vegas, the Western Regional Qualifiers here. Onewheel Racing League. You know what, Ted? This is the future I want to live in. I want to have a Onewheel Racing League, you know, in this world.
We're doing it.
And that's what we're doing. We're building it. We're building it. We are getting word that we are going to get some updated brackets from the bracket scientists that are working
very diligently
on crunching the numbers. Now, these riders are wearing some sort of radio tags.
Yeah, something like that.
Some sort of radio tracking
It's like a
tags.
wristband with a chip on it.
Yep. We had Amazon just implant them with a little thing. And now we know exactly how fast they get down to the bottom. So they're dipping the chip, and we're going to find out who is in the next round here in 1 second. Coming to you live, folks. Like super live.
My palms are sweating. It's a little hot.
Yep. We have, you know, drones can crash, but that is the fun of watching the freaking ORL, right?
Here we go. Live results. Chloe. And that's not Allison because Allison did not.
Yeah, we're having pinch hitter.
So,
pinch hitter Allison.
Yeah.
Allison came in there and beat Zoe and Raequel.
And
no, I think it's
going to
be Raequel. I think it's going to be Raequel, and I think it's going to be Chloe. That's what it's sounding like.
We'll see.
Unconfirmed, but we think it's going to be Chloe and Raequel in the women's finals. Which is
about to go down here in just a second.
Absolutely, and that does mean that both of those riders are going to race the rail.
All right.
Which is exciting if you're them. It's a pretty sweet deal. We fly you out, we put you up, and you race.
Have a good time.
We have a great time, and you race against the best in the world. So What's there not to like about that?
Let's see if we got. Here we go.
Hey,
it is Chloe and
the
Raequel
boys
going
in
on to the finals.
lab have made some changes, and we have Chloe and Raequel. We'll see if we can get some times too. It'd be great if we can get some times, some official times for those 2 laps. But in the interim, we know Chloe and Raequel. Raequel won the Central Regional. I mean, if she wins this, there has to be talk of Triple Crown.
That is true. Then we also, like, just because she wins this race does not mean that no one else gets a bid. So talk about the ladder effect there.
That's true. So if Raequel wins here today, we'll just take the next competitor under her, right? So we have all the times. We'll take the next competitor. We'll still be pulling 2 riders from this event that are going to go to Race for Rail, even if someone is already qualified.
True.
Either way, though, this is another trophy for the mantle.
That's true.
And this trophy is a baddie. These are the hub motors of a one-wheel here. Laser engraved. I'd like to give a special shout-out to Mr. De La Rua back in the lab for laser engraving. And I heard we had to buy a special machine.
He likes buying those machines.
Oh, you should have seen the sparkle in his eye when he's telling me, unfortunately, we had to purchase another machine in order to laser engrave these motors. But here at the ORL, we do what it takes, Ted, and we do what we must.
Whatever the cost, we'll get it done.
By any means necessary. We got a new laser engraver. We got flame towers, and we are doing it here in Vegas, coming to you live. I believe we're around Henderson, Nevada, technically, but that's okay. Here you see on the top of the hill, we have our spectators. It's been a super fun weekend here. Again, started with 250 riders. The field is getting narrowed, and we have put on a show for everyone involved. Drone, don't hit that telephone wire. Beautiful. Yeah, folks, this is fun. We hope you're having fun. Drop something in the comments. Tell us who you're rooting for. Where are you from? This is ORL, Onewheel Racing League. And, yep, we have clarity on the women's side. Chloe from Bozeman, Montana. Raequel, the perennial favorite from Sacramento, will be your female finalists. They're getting prepped. On the men's side, we'll be bringing you the updated round of 4. Round of 4 on the men's side. And here we have it. Austen Silva against the young gun, Noah Bild. Jesse Turpin against Brendan Schermeyer, Floaty McFly. Now, for me, Ted, Austen and Brendan, those are old guard. Those are.
We know how they perform.
We know how those perform. Noah and Jesse, 2 wild cards.
How insane would it be if we saw a wild card final here?
Now, there's been so many good riders in the mix here, even good riders that didn't make it into the top 8. It's really awesome to see some fresh faces in Noah and Jesse make it this far.
But although Austen has just laid down the most consistent fast times this entire weekend.
Yep.
So it's going to take a big spill for Austen.
Austen
for
has
Noah
to be the favorite. But it should be noted that the only rider in this Final 4 here on the men's side that has a bid to race the rail, the World Championship of One-Wheeling, is Brendan Schermeyer. So for Jesse, Noah, and Austen, this is the best chance they have to stamp their ticket.
We're going to see some cutthroat racing go down here.
Yeah, they want to make it. So for these guys to make it through 250 riders and be in the Final 4, this is like when my Niners went to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. You're like, I made it through 17 game regular season. I made it through the playoffs. Like, when you get there, you want to win it, because it's a long road back to the top. If you're these guys,
it's been a long road since they've been back too.
I'm still a little sensitive about it, Ted. But hey, Trey Lance, I'm all in on Trey Lance. All right. Anyways, Austen and Noah are going to go head to head. The young gun Noah from Florida, Austen from Northern California, Jesse from Hawaii, and Brendan from LA.
All right, let's think about what are you gonna take Austen on this first round, or are you gonna take Noah?
I think Austen is the favorite by so much that you got to have Vegas odds on this at it's like 2-1 Austen. Like if I bet you, how do we do this? If I bet you $10 that Austen wins. If he loses, I'd have to pay you 20. You know, bookies
Yeah,
will figure
yeah,
that out,
yeah.
but Austen is definitely the favorite.
How do we get mybookie.com to sponsor ORL?
We're working on that behind the scenes there, Ted. We're working on that. Who do
I
you
think-
have at home?
Okay, so let's think about it, though. Austen made it pretty far last time, but also took a tumble, and he was out.
That's right.
So will Austen be able to keep his composure when it comes down to the semifinals and stay on his board? I think is going to be the real question.
That
so
is a great
we're gonna
question.
find out. But I think Noah still has a shot, even though Austin's the fastest. I think as long as what it comes down to is you can stay on your board.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to Bodie earlier today, and he was telling me exactly that. He was like, Austen is just full bore. Either he laces his lap, puts down the fastest time, or he takes a massive wipeout.
Yeah.
So
We shall see.
So far, it's worked out for him. But another roll of the dice here in Vegas, Ted, and we'll see
I love that.
what happens.
I love that.
We will see. Well, folks, again, thank you for tuning in. This has been – I feel like I've lived 1,000 years during this broadcast already. I feel like I've seen a lot of things I've never seen before, and I'm just having a great time. We hope you are too. Hope you're deep in the couch again. Maybe you got a beverage cracked.
We might.
I'll tell you, Ted and I, consummate professionals, we would never do that.
We have a Red Bull.
Shout out.
What's also crazy about this situation we're in right now is we are in the rider pit.
That's
so
true.
as soon as if you just flip this camera around, there's all the riders chatting,
Getting
talking
prepped.
about their lines.
Lowering their tire pressure so they can get over these bumps. Another thing that's pretty interesting here today is of course, digital shaping. So for those of you not familiar with Onewheel, everything about the experience of riding a Onewheel is programmed into these boards through what we call digital shaping.
And some riders are out of mission, but Austen Silva took the final with custom shaping last time.
With custom shaping, you can actually customize how your board rides, play with some characteristics like sort of aggressiveness, the angle of your nose, all types of things like that. So these riders are all dialing in their rides so that they can take on the challenges of this course.
Sounds like we have some highlights from the women's finals. Let's take a look at that.
Let's check it out. Here we have Zoe and Raequel. Raequel came out victorious out of this bracket.
Tight races.
Well, yeah, I mean, both riders executing their game plans, I think, well here in the top section. Zoe on the left, Raequel on the right. Raequel looks fast, Ted. Oof. What we're seeing here is Raequel out in front, Zoe behind. Raequel's just a force, Ted, and Raequel's been competing in one-wheeling now for basically as long as one-wheel competing has been a thing.
And what's astonishing is she's always been able to stay at the top.
She has always been able to stay at the top. Yeah, I mean, Zoe sort of bested her last year, Race to the Rail, in terms of timing. Zoe laid down the faster laps, I believe, last year.
But the thing with Raequel is she's able to keep it in the racing heat,
Yeah, I feel like she's just a pro's pro. She's just a pro's pro. She's got it dialed. Folks, if you hear a little bit of wind gust, we apologize. There are about 25 mile-an-hour winds here at Bootleg Canyon, and we are live, which explains any sort of hiccups that may occur.
The wind doesn't only affect us, it also affects the riders.
That's a great point, Ted. That's a great point. What's it like riding amidst 25
It's not easy. It's not easy, especially when it's going against your favor, Downwind's always, appreciated. Headwinds, not so much.
And especially when you need to be so precise on your line. You need to be so precise on your line that just a big gust of wind is enough to really make the difference. That was a fun pass there at the end by Zoe. That Zoe extra gear is going to be a storyline at Race to the Rail. Zoe just has that boost juice.
She does.
That Brendan Schurmeyer Austen
think it's
Silva,
also-
Chloe Boost Juice.
She's light, she's young, and she's fast. You
And
know,
she's spry.
So I think that's what's able to help her on those
She
straights.
took
is
a
just-
big spill
Yeah.
up top. Who hasn't taken a spill here today, Ted? There's been a couple riders that have ran some clean lines, but we have seen our fair share and then some of big spills here today.
I saw Mandy McFly first run of the day. She was still sipping on a Red Bull. Dropped the course with Red Bull still in hand.
Bold move.
And as soon as I was about to say that is a bold move, she went down. Red Bull went flying, but she then picked it back up and took a swig. Probably a lot of dirt in there. But
Wow.
that was probably one of the best spills I saw today. Literally, Red Bull spilling on the course.
A little extra mineral consumption for you. Sounds like we have another highlight. This one coming from Noah and Dave. Here, we'll see if the guys in the truck have this for us.
This is
Nope,
Ori
this is Ori and Jesse.
and Jesse.
Ori and Jesse. Jesse on the left, Ori on the right. This must be their second run because in the first run there was already carnage by here. Ori is made of steel.
I think this is
Jesse-
the lap that Ori takes a tumble on the tarmac, right?
I missed it the first time, so I
Oh.
am looking forward to seeing this one this time here.
Don't miss it. Sweet.
Ori on the low line. Yeah, you popped out in front, huh? Wow. You got to love when the convergence comes together at the same time there, Ted.
And wait for it.
And 3.
Yeah, no, a little bit too early.
Okay, call it, Ted.
It's right
Call
here.
it for me, Ted.
It's right here.
Or
In
we're going to need a
3,
fall in 3.
2, 1, action.
Boom! Oh, my God.
Ori goes
Ori
down.
is an absolute Iron Man. Gosh, darn it.
That's
And
a
makes
good
my
spill.
tailbone hurt.
That's a good spill.
That makes my tailbone hurt. We might have to pluck some of these clips and make a little ORL highlight reel. Best spills of Vegas.
Carnage.
Yeah, the carnage tape
The
from Vegas.
Carnage compilation.
Oh my goodness! Wow. But did Ori catch up on this?
Yeah, I believe he did.
How the heck did that happen?
And then we still have the bracket.
What's that?
I forgot on the bracket who.
Oh, who moved on?
Yeah.
Jesse.
Jesse. That's
Jesse,
right.
the Flying Hawaiian, moved on. Absolutely. He's got that. Who does that remind me of? That riding style sort of reminds me of like a Floaty McFly-ish.
Yeah, he
Type of
arms
lanky,
out kind of.
arms out deal. Yeah. I love this camera angle, Ted. How cool is that? Imagine being one of these riders going 20 miles an hour down the chute, into the flame, firing section, kaboom. Give me flames.
I'm
You
glad,
know what?
I'm glad you made that
Next-
decision.
Next race, we might need some flame towers with me and you here.
That would be sick. We just control it.
Boom! Hit the flames, Ted. Every time a crash happens.
Or soundboard would be kind of sick. Joey was saying we should get a soundboard.
That's right.
Classic ORL.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine at home there may be some drinking games going on with the spills that are happening. You know, every big spill is a moment to
Drink some kombucha.
drink some kombucha, which we have here today. We're not sponsored by anybody, so I'm not going to say any names, but I do appreciate a good kombucha.
Do you like the original, or you like a little bit of flavor at the kombucha?
I can't talk brands, Ted. I'm not getting paid.
No, I'm saying brands. I'm saying flavor profiles.
Flavor profiles. I mean, this is getting too deep, but I like sort of like the mint, you know,
Okay.
sort of like the cucumber mint type stuff.
Okay, I'm a bit more of a berry guy.
It's neither here nor there, but
Yeah.
you know, Onewheel Racing League action, folks. What's happening now is they're getting boards and riders for the next round prepped and up to the top. It takes quite a bit of coordination to get riders from the pit all the way to the top. It's like, I don't know what the distance is here, but it's over a mile.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
And it's not the easiest like straight service road. You just haul up.
No, like a network of quads and motorbikes are bringing people to the top here. So we are getting our female finalists to the top. There's your mountain.
It's a good
You
looking
need to
mountain.
take a bathroom break at home. You need to go get a new bev. We encourage you to do so. We are hanging out here getting ready for our next group to go.
I love the one-wheel backpack transportation on the Suron. That's pretty next level.
That is. Yep. Shameless plug for Onewheel Backpack. One of our favorite one-wheel accessories. Of course, you can find all those at onewheel.com. Fenders, bumpers, The whole deal.
We could also talk about the ORL certified race boards, what they're riding on.
That's right. So all these boards are inspected, certified in order to make sure that we have a level playing field here today, folks. But, as we mentioned earlier, custom shaping.
Yep.
So all these folks can sort of customize how their boards ride.
PSI.
And their tire pressure, exactly. And those are big decisions for these riders. Higher tire pressure, what's that going to do for you, Ted?
Higher tire pressure is going to allow you to go a bit faster on the tarmac, but it's going to be a bit more slippery when you hit that slick stuff on the trails.
Absolutely. It might bounce you a little bit. But lower tire pressure, a little bit easier on the bumps, but you're going to go a little slower on the straightaway.
That is true.
And
I would probably run a little bit lower.
Yeah, I'd be at 8, if I'm honest with you, Ted.
You be slugging
I'm just
there
trying
at
to
8.
make it down this top section without turning into an ORL highlight myself, Oh, boy, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this has been a fun opening round. So, again, what we have for you here, we have the women's finals and we have the men's semis, which they're gearing up for now. And we are in Bootleg Canyon, Las Vegas, Nevada. We got a whole hill full of folks who are viewing this event live in a beautiful day here, warm day. We're going to bring you all the highlights as well after on all of our social channels. We will bring you all the spills and all the moments that make Onewheel Racing what it is. It is the birth of a new sport. As you mentioned today, Ted, probably the fastest growing board sport that there is, which is absolutely amazing. Onewheel is something you can do in any place on earth. We have our next two racers at the top.
Here we go.
Noah and Austen. Noah on the right, Austen on the left. Austen, your favorite, your clubhouse favorite coming into this race. Noah, though, does not look intimidated. Noah, what it was I think 2 years ago he was the junior champion, the 17 and under champion. He has matured, Ted. And he is sending a statement to the Onewheel world.
Racing against the fastest rider this weekend.
Racing as the fastest rider this weekend in Austen Silva. Noah laces that downhill section.
Here they come to the great diverge.
Divergence. Okay, Austen has a nice lead in through the top section. Austen is just, the chunk serves him well, doesn't it?
As long as he could stay on his board, I think he's going to come away to the finals.
You have to think he's the favorite, but anything can happen here. Austen is cruising. Remember, Austen took it so easy on the straightaway 1 lap ago.
I think he realizes that he just needs to put down a solid, clean lap in order to move on.
Yep.
No time for any games or any spills.
No. A spill is a setback that he can't afford right now. And look at that gear. Look at that gear that he's got. Into that corner, Chrysler corner. There we have our minivan. Around the bend, we're going to pick these riders up as they come into the first of 2 straightaways. Little bit of a bobble there from Austen.
Still looking clean, though.
Still looking clean. Let's see if Noah can close some time. This is an amazing shot. Look at that. Austin's going to cruise home here down the straightaway. He looks like he's like on a ride in the park right now.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Jesus. Look at that.
Absolutely blew away the competition.
We're conserving on flame here. Or are we? Yes, we are. We're conserving on flame here. That exciting race, disappointing with no flame there at the end, but there's only so many blasts that the cannons have.
And there you have it, though.
Austin
did pull away.
Austen did pull away. We'll see who we got at the top here now.
This looks like
Jesse and Brendan.
There we go.
Those are your two. So one of these 4 riders is going to come out on top. Let's see if one of these 2 riders looks strong enough to take on Austen.
Well, don't forget, they also have to swap trails.
Oh,
I
didn't forget, but I got confidence in
Austen.
I did. I mean, I see it. It's going to be hard to.
He's fast. He's a hard dude to beat.
What makes a great Onewheel rider? That's a good question. We can talk about that when we have nothing to talk about later.
Yeah. Keep that in the back pocket.
In the meantime, Jesse on the left and Brendan Schermeyer. Well, now Brendan Schermeyer on the left and Jesse on the right. Jesse in the yellow shirt. He is from Hawaii. He is here and means business. Brendan from LA. We kick it up to the drone angle up top. Brendan on the left side of your screen. is rocking and rolling. Both these guys are going fast, Ted. Oh, my God.
Brendan
off
goes
the
down.
Board. Brendan off the board. Jesse
Clean,
still
though.
cruising.
Like,
oh, and Jesse. Jesse has slipped up there twice, Ted. That corner. Oh, my God. And not clean. Where's Brendan? Oh, Brendan is in the future. Brendan is in the future.
Brendan looks like he's riding a whole different trail right there for a second.
Brendan is on the high line. He's down into the convergence. Jesse has slipped up on that corner twice.
That corner has not done him well.
No, it has not. And that wasn't a clean mount back onto the board, and that's going to cost him big time.
I forgot who we saw that happen to in Arkansas as well.
Brendan Schermeyer on the pavement, up into the first berm. Looking back, checking on where is Jesse. He probably has no idea what happened.
No.
You know? Looking over his shoulder, he's thinking, oh, my gosh, I have time. I need to stay on my board. Yeah. Brendan Schermeyer into the Chrysler corner. There, the town of
Boulder City.
Boulder City in the background. The beautiful people of Boulder City. Brendan Schermeyer on the first of true straightaways.
And the wind is really picking up,
the
too.
wind
I'm sure
is
it's getting
ripping.
Brendan right now on the
straightaway. The wind is ripping. Yeah. How are these drones staying up? We don't know. Millions of calculations per second. Brendan around the final turn into the chute. And Brendan Schermeyer laying down a very compelling time. And Jesse, unfortunately, with that bobble on that turn, little showmanship there at the end there with Brendan. Where is Jesse?
Is that a little finger drag that he just did?
I think it might have been. We don't know where Jesse is on the course right now. We'll see if we can get a visual on Jesse. Jesse, of course, missed that turn, had to get off the board, didn't get back up to level, didn't get the board engaged.
Got a bad mount on there.
Bad mount. And we don't. We
drone can't even find him.
He might have disappeared.
He's gone.
Hopefully they get him back up to the top for another lap here. But we do know after the first of two runs there on the men's side, Brendan Schermeyer and Austen Silva. Those have to be your favorites.
And just like we saw, those two dudes know how to pin it.
If that is the finals on the men's side, Brendan and Austen.
I don't know. I think I might have to go Austen.
That's going to be a tough one. I think Austin's the favorite, but Brendan's the defending champ.
You never know.
Brendan's the defending champ. So we'll see.
We still got a whole other round to go, too.
We still have a whole other round to go.
So we got a lot of action to come.
That's right. That's right, Ted. We're getting riders back up to the top. Again, very warm and windy day here in Boulder City. Boulder City.
Yeah.
Specifically. Yeah. Give the folks from Boulder City some love,
They got great food down there, too.
They do have some nice food down there.
We were talking about earlier, what does it take to be a great one-wheel racer?
What does it take?
And I think what we saw, though, you got to contain that speed.
Yep.
You got to be able to navigate that tough terrain.
Yep.
And know when to hold them.
Know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think
know when to walk away.
And know when to
run it
walk
out.
Away. Know when to run. Absolutely. We won't sing for you here, but yeah, I think there's something about your eyes, something about choosing a line.
Yeah.
There's something about your ankle.
Yes.
Strength and flexibility. I mean, you watch, some of these folks charging down these trails. Their ankles are like a gimbal.
Yeah, you got to stay light on your feet too. The more locked and heavy you are, the easier it is for one rock to just bounce you off.
Totally. I feel like I'm a heavy-footed one-wheel rider, if I'm honest. I feel my weight. Some of these people, they look like they're made out of
you do probably have 100 pounds there on floaty, so.
That's true. I was gonna say, Brendan Schermeyer looks like he'd float right on out of here.
I call him Floaty McFly for a reason.
Put some rocks in his shoes.
Here we're going to kick it off to the women's
finals.
It is the finals, but is it second round?
Second lap.
Second lap.
I believe
so.
Time is flying.
The women's consolation.
Women's consolation round. That's what we're hearing from the booth. Women's consolation round. So this is for third.
Yes.
This is for third place. Deciding third and fourth. Gabby and Zoe. We're going to see Gabby and Zoe up next. Thanks, folks in the booth, for keeping us honest here. Gabby and Zoe are up next. Chloe and Raequel in the finals after that. Here's the scene at the top. What's it looking like? Cameraman laser getting a little hot. We have the boards arriving. Boards getting driven up, delivered up to the top. And there is Gabby and there is Zoe. This for third and fourth. Zoe has a ticket to race the rail. Gabby does not. And this effort, unfortunately, won't be enough for Gabby to get an automatic bid. There will be some at-large bids, Ted, which is something that we'll be announcing later on in the year, calendar year. And if Gabby, puts down a compelling lap here, that could come into consideration.
Absolutely.
As the committee decides who is going to the One-Wheel World Championship.
And you never know, she might make it out to Wheel Scorcher too. There
That's
in North
right.
Carolina.
That's right. The Eastern Regional happening in June in North Carolina, and that's going to be super exciting.
The last chance to get a bid, race the rail.
The last chance to dance.
If you're watching this live and you're man, I should have been there in Arkansas. Man, I wish I was there. Bootleg County.
County Canyon.
County Canyon, whatever you want to call it.
You got one more shot.
One more shot.
We're looking at you, Eastern Seaboard. We're looking at you, Eastern Seaboard, and we're expecting you to come out and represent, because the riders out here in the West Coast,
they know how to get down.
Like, you got the West Coast is so strong with the riders. Oh my gosh, we got action. Okay, on your left we have Gabby. On your right we have Zoe, racing out of Utah. Very nice family. Helped us set up some of the race tape today. Zoe on your right, Gabby on your left, out of Sacramento. Both of these riders have to be tired. We've ran so many laps today, Ted.
Well, I saw Gabby yesterday on the Instagram story running night laps.
Oh, my goodness.
Gabby takes a bit of a tumble. Board's rolling there.
Board is rolling. And once those boards roll, boards are about 25 pounds, folks. So once they start getting down that cliff, they're not going to stop themselves.
Yeah.
Zoe on the bottom. Gabby on the top. Zoe is looking in charge here, but it's too soon to
call.
Look at the hand movement. I mean, like, just to keep your whole self balanced. Like, she's got a lot of movement going on. Some of these riders are sort of quieter. She's a little bit like Gumby,
Hands up, a little bit of counterbalance there.
Yep.
Different style for sure.
Into the heel side turn for a regular rider. Down the straightaway, into this berm. Big wind gusts here. Up and down.
Those berms are so much fun to ride too.
They are fun. They are fun. We haven't seen anyone slip up on them, but
There's a little bit of added flavor.
Of, it should be noted, not all one-wheel riding needs to be racing. You can also just do some what we call cruising.
Just
for us,
flowing.
For us non-athletes, for us regular folks, and a good berm. That's what I live for.
You could sesh a good berm for hours if you really wanted to.
Oh yeah. In our third and fourth place race here, it looks like Zoe out in front, Gabby in behind. And it sounds like we're running this twice as well. We're running this one for time as well. So this is the first of two races for these two for third and fourth. Zoe is cruising down the finish line. She is going to place a better time in this first race than Gabby. Zoe, nicely done.
And coming up, we have finale women's round one, lap one essentially.
Finals of the women side, lap one. Sounds good, Ted. I like it. Let's run it. We got Raequel McCosker, and we got Chloe. How do you pronounce the last name here? Kosloskey?
It's Kosloskey.
Isaac.
Kosloskey?
And Chloe. We apologize on the last name, Isaac and Chloe, but the pride of Bozeman, Montana, nonetheless. Chloe and Isaac both making it to finals. If you're mom and dad, you gotta be
proud, yeah, for sure.
Couple athletes out here. We are looking at the top of the mountain. This is gonna be your first.
If mom and dad came out here, if they just came out solo.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, it would be rad.
A lot of family support here though, down in Bootleg Canyon. It'd be fun once we have one of these intermissions to get a shot of the crowd, because there's quite a few people here today, which is always good to see. Up next, we're working on getting you Raequel McCosker and Chloe Kosloskey at the top in the first of 2 for the female finals.
Well, now it looks like Chloe just took the name of Raequel, so you don't have to worry about the mispronunciation.
If they were sisters, that would be a heck of a rivalry.
That would be crazy. Chloe Kosloskey. I think that's the best way to say it, Kosloskey. No,
Kosloskey.
That's a tough one. Kowalski.
Isaac and Chloe, amazing one-wheeling family from Bozeman, Montana. We are looking at the mountain here. Again, these riders have been down these trails all day yesterday and all day today. There has been no reprieve, Ted. I am feeling gassed, and I am sitting here talking into this microphone. These folks are
running laps.
Filled with I mean, what's it like to drop down here? It's your heart's pumping. I wasn't racing anyone, and my heart was pumping yesterday.
Heart's pumping, the wind's flowing, and the berms are hitting.
And there's a lot of people looking at you live on YouTube.
It's true. And on this hill here.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we're working on getting the next group to the top here. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. We have the women's finals coming up here in a minute, live in Las Vegas. Here's a live look at the start. We have our facilitators facilitating, getting these ladies ready to go. We got to get boards up to the top. We got to maintain a relatively high charge level, but not too high on these one wheels.
Shout out to Sever and the 702 group for running the course and helping out with all the racers. Major shout out to them.
That is an understatement, Ted. These folks have been such a huge help this weekend. They ran this entire race, and we could not have done this without them. They are the boots on the ground here. So 702 One Wheel Crew and Sever, a local retailer here in Las Vegas, they sell one wheels, and they threw this event.
Put on a hell of a show.
To our commissioner, Justin Thompson, to Joe.
And to Sarah back at home.
And to Sarah back at home.
Who might be in labor.
Who may be in labor, our event organizer. Big shout out to Sarah. We miss you, and we hope that you are well, and we are sending you all of the vibes here in Vegas. We have 2 racers up at the top. Our female finalists, the first of 2 laps, Heat 1. And I can't wait, Ted. Who you got?
I don't know. I can't do this anymore because every time I do it, I'm lost on
Raequel and Chloe.
No. I'm saying every time I say who I got, I'm out. Does not look like I'm hitting the strip tonight.
You're not hitting the strip tonight. I have a hard time. I just think Raequel is like a pro's pro.
Seasoned rider, yeah.
I think Raequel is going to have this. But Chloe out in front. Out of the gate. Chloe is on the left line here, and Chloe needs to get to the confluence ahead of Raequel. And she needs to, mostly you need clean laps. Right now, in the first of 2 runs, you want a clean lap. A spill from either of these athletes here is what you don't want. It seems, and there it is.
Go. From Chloe.
There it is. Chloe on
I was hoping she was going to be able to hold on to that section.
She's flying, Ted. Raequel on the top of your screen. Raequel running a clean lap. Chloe with a big spill. Chloe back on her board, though. Let's see if she can make some time up at the bottom section of this course. Again, there's going to be 2 laps that these athletes are running. Timed. Lowest cumulative time is going to be the winner here.
Yep.
Right now, though, Raequel, your Central Regional champion, trying to take home the West Regional. And getting to the pavement at a very compelling 102.
That's a good time.
That's a really good time. That's a really, really strong time. Raequel is cruising here down the straightaway. Folks trying to chase her. She's probably too fast. Off the first berm, into the second berm. Love the inclusion of the berms on this course.
It was a great idea to mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
See, I wonder where Chloe's at in proximity to Raequel.
Yeah, we'll see if she can get into the drone angle here. Into the Chrysler corner.
Raequel does have quite the lead on
Zoe.
on Chloe.
On Chloe, excuse me. Raequel just like, see, that's the thing. It's like she's a veteran. You just don't see her bobbling.
You saw Chloe come into frame for just a second there, so she is behind her on the board.
That's good to see. Taking a tumble like that, it's not a guarantee.
No.
You're going to get back on. Raequel McCosker in the first of 2 laps.
Looking strong.
Looking
like
very
she might
strong.
come away.
Looking like a Triple Crown contender.
Yes.
Looking
absolutely.
like a Triple Crown contender. There, the mountain ranges in the back, a sedimentary rock, as Adam Laser said. And into the flame cannons. The first of 2 laps in the female side of the bracket, championship round. Raequel McCosker comes in first. Chloe was not that far behind. So if Raequel has a slip up in the next round, I think it's still fair game.
It could be even, yeah.
But
I don't know. I think Raequel is looking.
Raequel is looking solid.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to beat her.
Well-oiled machine there.
Yep.
A race machine.
Yep, absolutely. Chloe, though, heck of a showing here today, and it's not over for her. She is, like I said, she's got that extra gear.
And it's even the beginning of her one-wheel career as well.
It really is.
You know, Raquel's had some experience behind her. Chloe, for coming out first time, putting down that time, incredible.
And that's one of the funnest things about this, Ted, is that, you know, these stories continue to unfold. These riders continue to develop. You know, we see these folks at all these events, and it's fun to track. You know, I remember when some of these folks were kids. Now they're here competing, you know, with the adults, and that's fun to see.
Some of them still are kids.
And some of them still are kids, and some of them are really fast too. It's a lot of fun to just watch how it all shakes out, watch the rising stars here. And for some folks, you know, maybe the competition's catching up. You know, it's like, I know the storyline last year was like, is Dave Stewart, you know, going to retire? He's still here. He's still racing, still putting down good times. But the new guard
coming out.
The new guard is rising up. So that's fun to see. Live look at the top, folks. They are waiting for riders and waiting for boards. Riders are being driven up this mountain. Again, yeah, over a mile to get these riders back to the top. Doing it as quickly as possible. We are going to see the 3rd and 4th place round on the women's side, and then the final lap of the finals. And then we will have a women's champion.
Look at that rock right there. It's a solid rock.
That is probably, yeah, sedimentary, igneous.
Think about
volcanic.
how long that rock has been around.
I actually just moved that in there recently.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
You found it. You're like, wow, that'd be a great.
I brought that one in the
prop.
minivan. Yeah, I brought that one from Santa Cruz in the van.
The Santa Cruz.
That's why she was riding so low.
Does he call it igneous rock?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Santa Cruz has a lot of those.
Yeah. We're going to take a look here at the men's bracket. So we had first rounds run here with Austen, Noah, Jesse, and Brendan. Austen and Brendan, of course, were way out front.
Yeah. So now here, see how it stacks up on lap 2.
Yeah.
See if Noah and Jesse can make up for the spills that they took.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, Austen the favorite. Brendan, you know, he's essentially a favorite as well. I think you're going to see those two meet up in the finals, and that's going to be a really fun finale here today. I can't wait. Let's see what happens, Ted. Let's see what happens. And again, remember, you see 8 names on the board here. There was 250 yesterday.
It's a lot of riders.
150, absolutely.
It's a lot of riders, but I just love just looking out here, you know, in the racers pit. There's riders who didn't make it, pumping up the racers, taking their boards for them, carrying them for them, giving them some pump ups, some hugs, fist bumps.
Absolutely, and we saw some amazing laps today from folks who didn't make it in. You know, a lot of racers. I saw some of the most entertaining races I've ever seen on one wheels today. Just on that final stretch, people sending it, big spills, people catching up to others. So it's just been a fun show here in Las Vegas, and looking forward to seeing how it all ties up here, Ted.
Looks like we're almost ready to go here. Austen Silva versus Noah.
Austen on the left, Noah on the right.
Austen
Again,
just has to stay on his board.
they are dropping right now. Noah needs to pull something out of the hat here, Ted, because Austen has been cooking all event long.
I think there's something mental about taking the whole shot, too, in that first little section.
Look at how fast these guys are going. Noah on the bottom, Austen on the top. These guys are flying. Oh, my gosh. Noah, nicely done on the bottom section. Austen just zooms down. Like, that dip slows me down so much. This guy is just, like, invincible. Austen Silva on the bottom of your screen in the green helmet, flying. Wow, Ted. He is opening up a lead here that's going to be hard to come back from unless he takes a spill. What's he getting to the blacktop on? 47 seconds. This might be the lap of the day that we're watching right here, Ted. Noah also at 55 onto the blacktop. That's a great lap, but Austen is just absolutely shredding right now. Austen through the second berm, Noah through the first berm, Noah coming into the second berm. Austen needs to stay on his board here, as we think he will. Through Chrysler corner, doesn't have any challenge there. Into the first of two straights. And Austen Silva, assuming he holds on here, will be going to the finals. Noah, a great showing. To finish in the top 4 for Noah, that is a tremendous achievement for a young man who a couple years ago was racing in the Groms division. I believe this is maybe his first event racing in the big leagues here.
Really proud of himself, too.
Got to hold your head high if you are Noah. You just came up against a freight train.
Absolutely.
And that's named Austen Silva.
He got rocked.
And Austen Silva, punctuated by 16 feet of flames.
Looks like that was about a minute 50 that he completed that lap.
That is hard to believe after we ran it the other day. Wow. Okay, we know we're seeing Austen in the finals.
What a show.
What a show.
We're getting closer here, folks.
We are getting close. Top of the mountain. We'll see who we have running next. Probably Brendan and Jesse.
Yep.
And Brendan beat out Jesse by a good amount. Yeah. Exactly. So we'll see if Jesse can pull something out here.
Believe they're on their way up the mountain right now.
Yep, it looks like we got the bikes.
We'll see them ascending here in a second.
The bikes coming up the hill. They will come into view in 10, 9, 8, 7, if this pans out to be epic.
There you go.
3, 2, 1, kaboom. There they are, getting off, ready to go again. At this point, the legs are shot. The legs are shot. I mean, right? Like, it's intense.
Also, I just paused for a second. I like how the fact that I believe that's Jesse brought a trash bag up to collect all the water bottles.
That is a great,
solid move,
classy move, and classic ORL there.
Classic ORL there, taking care of the environment.
Yeah, that is awesome. Stay hydrated too. Stay hydrated. So important out here. So hot for these racers all weekend long. A big hug before the race. Brendan and Jesse, nothing but respect and good vibes all the way from Hawaii for Jesse. That's amazing. These guys are getting all ready to go.
Where's Laser? Oh, there he is.
Laser Beam is up there. He's capturing it all. And we'll see here. I think that I had a little side bet with Brendan Schurmeyer, Floaty McFly, for him to strap a GoPro to his board. None of these athletes want to ride with a GoPro on the board. You know, like they're trying to cut weight. They're trying to get every advantage they have on everybody else. But I cut a little side bet with Brendan to put a GoPro on his board. Doesn't look like it slowed him down.
Did he have a GoPro on his
I
board?
think Adam Laser got him set up with a GoPro, and I am stoked to check out that footage after. We'll probably go ahead and post that to the YouTube channel. So go ahead and make sure that you guys are subscribed. Hit that little bell if you would, because we're having so much fun, and we're providing a pretty decent level of content for you. We think you'd enjoy it. So
we also have 2 YouTube channels now. We have the Onewheel one, and we have a YouTube channel dedicated to behind the scenes,
and that's
exclusive,
filled with highlights, reactions, and lots of other things that is soon to come here.
Onewheel Racing League YouTube channel.
Onewheel Racing League.
Subscribe. Set the alerts.
Be a part of the future. Build the future with us here. We're having a good time.
Also stoked to say that we're going to have we're going to bring back Road to the Rail here pretty soon.
That's right. We'll have full recaps from all these events. Obviously, these are long productions. We're going to cut these up into highlights so that you can, relive all of the best moments from Onewheel Racing League, West, Central, and East qualifiers. That's right. So stay tuned. And we'll have some pretty exciting announcements as well coming up as it pertains to Race to the Rail, Ted. That's right. We have some developments on the Race to the Rail side in terms of when, in terms of where, all of those juicy details that the world is waiting on and the world is looking forward to.
Soon to come.
Very soon to come. So, yeah, make sure you're following Onewheel Racing League because, yeah, lots of good stuff there. All right, we got bikes arriving. We got athletes popping off. Woo! Burnouts. And we have Brendan Schermeyer and Jesse. Jesse's on the right, Brendan's on the left. The Flying Hawaiian, Jesse Turpin. Brendan Schermeyer out of Los Angeles, California, on the left side of your screen. Brendan was ahead of Jesse last time. We'll see what happens here. Jesse's kind of a full send guy. He has that mentality all weekend. I think we're gonna see some riding with some desperate nature here. 3, 2, 1, riders are off. Dropping down the chute. Jesse blasting out ahead onto the faster lane. Jesse is looking like he's ripping and like he wants to go to the finals here. But Brendan is not going to give it to him either. Brendan on the right-hand side also looking pretty hot. He's got to go through this big divot. Boom, boom. Oh! What is Brendan up to? Is Brendan off the course? No, Brendan is on the course. I thought he went through a ribbon, Ted. We're going to have to get some clarity on that. But they're into the convergence, and it's – oh, my God, I thought I saw a push. Bumping is racing here in ORL Onewheel Racing. Brendan Schermeyer out in front of Jesse by a hair. Jesse with an opportunity to catch up right behind Brendan into these straightaways. Usually, Brendan Schermeyer is the straightaway guy, but let's see how bad Jesse wants it. Into the first berm, neck and neck.
Jesse's a bit of a smaller rider, too, but even though Brendan's fast, Jesse might be able to make it up if he's able to tuck and really just get all the acceleration out of that board.
That's right. We're getting some picture complications here. We'll see if we can pick these riders up on the flip side. There they go. We got the locked off camera. Brendan Schermeyer still in the lead. Jesse right behind him. Hopefully we can get another camera angle at the end here. We'll see if our drone catches up. I'm hearing the crowd. The crowd is yelling. Let's see if I can get a visual, Ted. I got a visual. I got Jesse behind Brendan. Brendan in front of Jesse. I think Brendan Schermeyer. No. I have Jesse in front of Brendan. Oh, my goodness. I think Brendan took a spill. I think the drone went down, and we missed a spill from Brendan.
Oh, a second spill from Brendan.
Oh, my goodness. I
Craig's
think Jesse may be moving on right now. Brendan gets back on his board, and he very gingerly is coming through the finish line. I can't believe that, Ted. Holy
Look at us
smokes,
right now.
folks. We're glued to the screen. we're trying to track this just as you are. We must have had some sort of drone complication because we lost picture there just like you did. I stood up and I could see the finish. I saw Jesse. I figured Brendan had already passed, waited 3 seconds, and then was Brendan.
Did we lose them before or after the berms?
We
Could
lost
it
them
potentially
after
been the
No,
berms?
we lost them after the berms, and I think Brendan must have fell somewhere.
At the start, maybe, of that corner.
It could have been Chrysler Corner where Brendan
Yeah.
lost it, but somehow we'll try to get some more info for you. But Brendan Schermeyer lost the handle.
Jesse might be moving on to the
I think
finals.
it's Jesse and Austen. Oh my goodness.
Well, you do, like, Jesse did take a tumble in that first lap.
Yeah.
So who knows if the gap that he sustained this time will
True.
be enough to
True.
get him in. But,
True.
man, that was exciting.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, in the crowd, like we have a vantage point to the crowd here. Maybe we can get a crowd shot because that's pretty rad. But I heard the crowd. See, I heard the crowd go, oh.
The crowd's yelling at us, too, right now
Yeah.
about something. I don't know
I
what
heard
it
the
is.
crowd do something. Shout out to the
Yeah,
crowd.
shout out to the
crowd's
crowd.
giving us one too. Yoo! That I don't know what happened there, but that was rad.
Hopefully we got it on the instant replay.
Did you see that? Come here. Come here. We have. Come here. Come here.
You got to
What
get in here,
happened?
John.
Just tell us real quick what happened. We have someone who is on the hill.
Saw the whole thing go down.
Tell us your name real quick.
John Carter.
And John Carter, what happened? You saw that lap go down. What just happened there?
It was pure fire. I'm just so stoked. I don't even know if I can explain what happened, but as soon as I saw Jesse hit the straights, I knew he had it, bro.
Come here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right in the frame.
Tell people what happened.
Bro, that was awesome. All-time epic floaty versus Jesse boy. Huge. Flying Hawaiian.
How'd he go down?
How did Brendan fall?
Brendan fell right at the straight, so it looked like he kind of nosedived a little bit. Got the surge maybe. But I think he knew that was Jesse's zone, you know, like the flats. So I think he had to go for it, and I think that costed him. But, you know, big ups to Floaty, same way, bro. That was huge. And we'll see
Wow.
what the results are because
Unreal.
Floaty took that first one, and unreal is right.
Classic ORL racing
to
going
both
down
of
here.
them.
Wow.
Phew.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. See, that's the type of that's awesome right there. We
John's
got-
just such a rad dude coming out of Hawaii.
Yeah. Thank you, John. We appreciate that. We were out of the loop there for a second, but you heard it firsthand there. Brendan was pinning it, just pushed it too hard, took a tumble, and Jesse. I didn't see that coming. I was
Oh,
ready.
we have it. We have live updates. So it is going to be Austen Silva versus Jesse Turpin
Yeah.
in the finals.
There we
Knocked
go.
out Brendan Schermeyer.
Wow. And I was ready to write him off. Here I was saying it's going to be Brendan Schermeyer and Austen Silva, but you can't count your cards too soon. Hey, Brendan. We're going to see if we can get Brendan here real quick. Hey, Brendan. We're going to see if we can if we can squeeze in a quick word with Brendan here real fast.
Here we are, Brendan. Talk me through that lap.
What happened, man?
Wow.
We missed it. The drone went down. We have no idea what happened.
Really?
We
So,
literally do not know.
we were,
Come into frame.
yeah, we were legitimately going as fast as we could. You know, I got fully sent over the front from trying to go a little bit too hard. Got back on. Same thing happened again.
Oh.
Jesse is fast. I love to see him at the rail.
Okay. Well,
you have
this
it.
is you're gonna be there,
Yeah.
but this is his. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
guess.
I want competition. I want him to be there. I want it to be rough. Let's get these Hawaiian guys out here.
Dude, thank you for filling us in. We appreciate that. The drone went down. Last time I saw you were in the lead, and all of a sudden I stood up. I saw Jesse, and I figured, oh, you already passed, and then
Right.
there you were.
There I was. I mean, I was just doing it for the drone shot, so I guess I'll do it again now.
Dude, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great one.
All right.
Riders on course?
Riders.
here we go,
I think there's
here
a
we
replay here, but I'm not sure.
Here you go.
Yeah, this
Highlight
is a
reel,
highlight. So
highlight
we have
reel.
Jesse on top and you on bottom. You want to talk us through this real quick?
Yeah. Okay, so he tapped me for just a second right there, and I was like, I got right, just to let him know where I was going, you know? And he stayed right on top of me. You know,
It's
I
a
was
cool
going to
vantage
try to
point for
power
the
slide through this turn, but
That turn is slippery, huh?
yeah, you got to be ready for it. So he started catching up to me through these berms because I just really didn't want to eat it, you know. But, you know, that didn't
Are
happen.
you looking over your shoulder and kind of checking where he's at?
I did probably about here. Saw him, you know, a good, car length and a half behind me. And then
See, this is what happened. We lost you, so
And then-
now you have to fill us in.
right about, here is where, when we were going through the side berm, he was about as close to me as I was to Bodie. So I tried to step on it a little bit more and just went a little bit too far.
Was it before that Chrysler, that little bermy corner thing, or after?
Right after.
Right after.
Yeah. So it was in the dirt. All right. Let's
All right, Floaty's getting called off camera, but we appreciate that, Brendan. Thank you, sir. We're delaying the show with our post-game interviews, but that was very insightful. Brendan Schermeyer with a big spill that cost him a chance at the finals. He's actually headed back up for the consolation round right now.
A crazy turn of events and a crazy time for the drone.
Are these people made out of
go
jello,
out.
Ted? These people just take massive spills and then they're just like right back up to the top, do it again.
Floaty's so stoked though. After just falling so hard twice
know.
in a row, just comes up here.
And
Just
missing out on a
full of
shot.
emotion.
Yeah, just like such a happy-go-lucky guy. Gotta love it. He's on his way back up. We got some cloud cover here. That is so lovely here in Bootleg Canyon. They're on the bike, headed back up. Wow. This has been exciting. This has been super exciting. We got people from all over here today to try to take home these trophies. So I think what we're gonna see here is consolation between Noah and Brendan. I think that's what we're about to witness, and then we're gonna run our finals between Austen and Jesse. That's right. So we might run I think we might run the consolation on the men's side, and then the women's finals.
Yeah.
We'll get word in our ear here what order it's going to be in. But yes, that's what's left here today. We have to crown a champion on the men's and women's side. It's gonna be hot and heavy. Here you see Jesse. Okay, we're getting word that we're 30 seconds out from Noah and Brendan Schermeyer, and this is Heat 1 for 3rd and 4th place. Okay, so on your left, you have, I can't believe the dude is back at the top and ready to go
That
again,
quick.
Ted. That is insane. He just took like he took 2 massive spills and he's just back up there. Noah and Brendan, made out of rubber, and they're about to decide who is 3rd and who is 4th. Okay, let's see if Brendan still has anything left after that last
They have
round.
similar stances.
Yeah, they do, except for Regular and Goofy. Noah is it's Noah and Bodie holding down that Goofy stance, huh? Look at the dust trails coming off him. Wow. Sick. Love that shot.
That is sick.
Okay, Noah on the left. Floaty, Brendan Schermeyer on the right. Noah on the high line. Brendan into the tip. How many times have we seen people
Brendan
lose it
off
today?
his board.
Brendan loses it again. Oh my goodness. Noah now has an opportunity to be the 3rd place finisher in the Western Regionals, which would be a huge chip in his collection. Chip on the shoulder doesn't work there, Ted.
Yeah.
Almost went there, but doesn't work. It's a chip in the collection here for Noah. Brendan Schermeyer with a spill on the early section of the course, hitting the berm, into berm 2. Noah's going into Chrysler Corner. Look at that van there, Ted. Noah heel side into that turn. Noah. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Noah out in front, the young rider from Florida, youngest, at least in our final bracket, into the final turn and then into the straightaway.
Floaty actually made up some decent ground, you know, for coming off his board, and Noah putting down a clean lap.
He did. But that clean lap from Noah is enough to do it. Noah's going to walk home. Hope he won't walk home. Noah's going to go home, 3rd place on the men's side. That is a huge statement that he is making. As a young rider, he's going to be someone who is going to be contending for years to come.
Well, we do have to run another lap.
And we do have to run another lap. And that's something that we have to look forward to, Ted.
The 3rd place isn't claimed yet.
That's right. Noah with a very compelling first lap there.
Yeah. If he's looking as strong as he is on that 2nd lap.
We'll see if Brendan lays down a cleaner lap, because that spill kind of took him out of things there.
It does get a little confusing, though. You get different laps. You got to switch, and you go women's to men's to contender.
We're along for the ride, folks. We're just talking. We're just telling you what we're seeing here.
Two dudes with a microphone.
Coming up the race course to the top. There's our crowd there on the peak. Drone pilot, turn us around and let's see that crowd. Let's hear a yell from them.
I don't think the drone pilot is connected to the comms here.
They can't hear us, but we can only hope, Ted.
In spirit.
In spirit. Big thanks to everybody that came out here this weekend. This has been too much fun. It is an absolute honor and privilege to be able to bring to you guys Onewheel Racing. At the top, we have Austen and Jesse.
Yeah,
He's at the top.
Jesse is on top.
We're communicating with our folks with the
event organizers
off cam. They're saying, "Where's our men's finalists?"
Yeah, they're up there taking
They're
photos.
posing. they're getting a shot for the gram. That's so much fun. All right, well, let's see who takes this thing, huh? Howdy, folks. Your hosts, Jack and Ted here. We're with
still
you
here.
the whole way. And we're going to, at the end of this, we're going to give away a couple of these trophies, and we're going to figure out who is the fastest out of the 250 riders that were here at the Western Qualifiers, Onewheel Racing League, Western Regional.
We're out here.
We out here, and shortly we will
give a
see.
quick shout out to Joe. We were in frame for a second. We'll get Joe here in a second.
Joe's way too busy to talk to the people. But I do see that Joe has the champagne in the ice bucket.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. At some point, we'll have champagne for these winners here. So this is for 3rd and 4th place again. We have Zoe and Gabby.
Second lap.
2nd lap. 3rd and 4th place, Zoe and Gabby. 2nd lap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They are off. Okay, we have Gabby on the right. We have Zoe on the left. Zoe with a little bit of a lead on Gabby. Coming, she's just got that. She looks like she's all over the place, but she's fast as heck. Little chaotic riding style, but the speed doesn't lie for Zoe on the left there. Gabby on the right. These are both fun riders to watch, Ted. Zoe again. So just like stays on the board somehow, some way. She's taking some big spills today. I think Gabby has 2.
Yeah, Gabby's looking posed.
Yeah. One of these folks needs to hit that jump halfway down, Ted.
Yeah, a little lip action.
That'll happen, maybe after hours.
I heard Wheel Scorcher's going to have a few jumps built into the course.
That's some early beta. There's our crowd shot. Thanks, guys. Heck yeah. There's a bunch of people here cheering these riders on. Zoe out in front. Gabby a little bit behind, but not an insurmountable lead there for Zoe. Zoe onto the straightaway, about a minute and change in. Gabby still needs some ground to catch up. Into berm 1. And into berm 2. Into the Chrysler corner here. Kind of a consistent race right now. No moves being made. We'll see if any mistakes are made. Zoe out in front still. Gabby behind. Zoe is going now. Zoe's in Zoe gear here. Look at that distance. She's just adding.
Crushing it.
Yeah. You can tell she's battling that pushback a little bit there, Ted. Look at that front knee, that bent front knee.
Captain
Morgan. Yeah, she knows where the line is. Down the straightaway, and Zoe with a few seconds on Gabby. We'll see if that is enough for her to come in third place. Oh my goodness. Fire the cannons. These racers are exhausted. These racers are exhausted. Oh my gosh. What a good showing from both of these young ladies here today. Zoe, what, 17 years old, Ted, something like that. Just a bright, bright future for her. And Gabby, also a great showing here.
I think they're pretty similar in age as well.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and on the men's side, we'll see who we have up next. Either Austen and Jesse for the finals or Noah and Brendan. Stay tuned, folks. We will get a conclusion for you here. It's been an exciting day.
That has.
It's been an exciting day.
It's also been a great long live stream. We're at about 2 hours now in this.
You know, Ted,
like a full-on movie.
This is an endurance run for these racers, but also for these talkers.
Yeah.
We'll see how long we can remain moving our mouths behind the microphone here. But hey, you know, there's a pile of donuts to our left, and if we cram one of those, we may be able to keep this up for the next hour.
Watching WSL yesterday, they like barely talk, and then they just watch some waves for a little bit.
They just let the waves run. Check those mountains out, folks. Those are really nice.
They just tap into Australian accents. Brendan Chima pulling into gnarly barrel there.
Oh, double overhead,
Yeah.
Ted, and that's what we're looking for here.
Smacks the lip.
Less sharks on this course here in Vegas than there were down in Margaret River. We'll go full Australian accents for the Eastern Regional if we.
I don't think I can pull off Australian.
If we get 1,000 likes and 3,000 comments, Ted and I will go fully Australian for the Eastern Regionals. That's a good offer. A good offer here today, Ted, and we are back at the top. Riders are getting ready to go. Oh boy, here we are. These are the trophies that are going to be awarded.
I think we talked about
to
that
the champions.
already.
We covered
There they
that.
are again. That's what we're racing for.
Let's give some more shout-outs. I mean, what you guys can't see here is just the complexity of this operation to get all of the live stream stuff set up, to the drones, the cameras, to get all of the riders to the top, to get all of the boards charged, to get all the boards to the top. It's a huge ordeal. So
this just in, Austen and Jesse are about ready to drop for the first lap of the final men's Western Regional Qualifier.
Love it. Love it. Show us the goods. The people are ready.
We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, folks.
The people are ready. All right.
Those are warm.
Moments away. Ted, what are you looking for in the finals here?
Well, let's see. We have Austen Silva that I think as long as he stays on his board, he is going to come away with the win. But you never know. That's the good thing about ORL. Classic ORL, there's never a tail that's easily to be foreseen, as Jack describes a donut here. Power move. Absolutely. Would you come away with a chocolate? Is that a classic donut?
Folks, I just grabbed myself a classic chocolate donut
Classic
to refuel
ORL.
for these final rounds. We need to amp the energy back up here, and we're going to need donut power to watch these finals because we have worked for 2 days to crown a champion, and we have been through hours of live stream, and the people are ready to see a result, and that donut is darn good.
That donut just brought you to a whole different
You want a
level.
bite, Ted?
I might need to
This
take a
donut
bite
is
of
what
this
you
donut.
need, buddy. Oh, my gosh. Folks, we're ready. How good is that? Ted's got his mouth full, so he's not going to say anything. But we are minutes away from Jesse and Austen. 3, 2, 1. Final lap. Austen looks calm. Jesse's out in front. Jesse's got that erratic charging style. Austen has been in the driver's seat. Austen on the left side, look out for him to get to the convergence a little bit ahead of Jesse. If Jesse gets to the convergence, neck and neck with Austen, it's a race.
This is that turn that Jesse has stumbled on.
That's right,
coming up
Ted.
here. Let's see if he could clean it this time.
Great call, Ted. Jesse needs to nail the right side. It's giving him issues all day. It looks like he's got that figured out. You have to think that he was thinking about that the entire time. Austen, though, like, can he be caught? Look at that. At the convergence, way out in front.
Insane speed.
This guy is an animal. Holy smokes. Let's see what their time is coming into the pavement. The split here is 48. He was at 47 before. This is on par with some of the faster laps we've seen. Look at the distance between Austen and Jesse. Austen Silva on cruise control here in the first run of the finals.
Yeah, don't forget we still have a second lap to see after this.
And this is what Brendan was saying. This is where Jesse can shine because he's fast, straight
Look at that
line.
crouch, that low crouch, pointed.
He's trying to make up some time there.
Like it's coming
Austen
out of the
into
foam
the
ball
corner.
right there.
I mean, a spill here from Austen would be
Devastating.
devastating. I'm going to stand up. We might lose him. Oh, no, we got him. Okay. Into these straightaways. First of 2 straightaways. Austen, just calm, compact in that. Just checking
Quick
his.
look back.
Yeah,
Rear
quick
view
look
camera.
back. He is coming into the second straightaway.
Wind is whipping.
Wind is howling. And I think that he is going – let's see how many seconds he gets on this first lap. Let's keep this in mind, Ted, okay? Let's see. He's coming in at 1:52. Let's see if the drone gives us where Jesse comes in. Not going to. So we don't know how far behind Jesse finished, but Austen with 1:52 on the first lap. We know Jesse's going to have to beat him.
I'd say that – oh, whoa.
Wow,
Wow,
Jesse
he came
must
in
have
way
taken a
later.
spill.
I can't
That
see the
is
time on
hugely
that.
significant.
Wow.
He's going to need Austen to take a – he's going to need Austen to get lost in this second lap. Wow. I thought that Jesse was right on his tail. He was. He must have taken a big spill there.
That's going to be a hard deficit to
Dude,
come back with lap 2.
mean, gosh. Not
Here we are. We're about to see who's 3rd and 4th. Noah and Brendan battling it out right now. Final lap. Let's keep it going. Here we go here. Riders getting ready. It's donut time.
3, 2, 1. Dropping. Noah on the right, Brendan on the left.
Brendan took some gnarly spills.
First of all, how many times have we seen Brendan
I
race today?
know.
They just giving this guy free lift tickets up to the top or what? This dude's raced 25 races today. The man's going to be
The smile is just still
37 by
plastered
the
on
end of
his
this race.
face.
Oh, my goodness. Noah's putting down a solid lap, huh? I love how fast these people are taking that dip. Super impressive. We're going to have to run after time and get someone to hit these jumps because I know these guys would do it. Hitting the convergence at the exact same time. Classic ORL. Brendan out in front by a hair. Wow. Love this race. All right, let's see if Noah can catch up to Brendan Schermeyer, 2020 Race Rail Champion. Sneaky corner here, Ted.
This is a sneaky corner. You got one regular, one goofy rider. Looks like they're able to keep that gap, same distance, coming in through the Bermageddon section.
Berm one.
Dude, that looked pretty steezy on Brendan's part.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's
at
really
this
leaning
point,
into those.
He's hit those enough to
Yeah.
he knows where to go. Brendan is looking good. I totally don't remember who finished first and second.
No, remember Brendan took 2 big spills? Oh, we got race tape
Oh
wrapped
my
up in the race
gosh.
tape.
Are you serious? Well, we're gonna have to make some sort of executive call on the race tape in the
Just knocked
in
both of the riders out.
we
Fully wrapped them up.
The broadcast crew is calling upon trail maintenance to cut that race tape. Luckily, Ted, this is for 3rd and 4th. This race, in the grand scheme of things, is inconsequential in terms of racer rail invites. You hate to see something like that happen. I actually don't remember who won the first one. Noah?
Noah did win the first one.
Noah won the first one. Noah's out ahead. Either way, It's a great showing from Noah. It's another strong showing from Brendan. Look at that. That's just awesome. Man.
You got wrapped up like a turkey sandwich.
Like a mummy.
Like a mummy.
Like a mummy.
Turkey sandwich.
And that would be a fun twist, folks, is if there were on-course obstacles that, sort of like tripwire type of things. I would like to see that down the line. We'll see if we can make that type of behavior more official because,
Like Mario Kart, you get some like specialty items.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Toss some bananas.
Where are the nanners? Absolutely. Well, third and fourth place has been decided here.
We'll have to see what they're going to do about the race tape.
Yeah,
incident.
cut that tape. But back at the top, this is what we have been waiting for, folks. This is the women's final with Chloe and Raequel. And Chloe needs to make up time, Ted.
That is right. Chloe, she could still put on a pretty good performance. We shall see. Looks like we might have a slight delay because of the race tape. Stay tuned.
That's right. They're clipping race tape. Yeah, Raequel, you have to think it's not very likely that she's going to take a spill here just as a confident rider, but we've seen a lot of confident riders take spills.
Because Chloe took a spill on the last run,
that's
correct?
Correct, yeah. Yeah. Raequel, look at that. Look at that calm confidence up there. She's been here before. That's what that says.
Alrighty. Well, there we have it, just in our ear. This will be the women's finals going down here in just a second. Looks like they got the race tape situated. Hopefully they just cut it all together because those winds really are picking up, and it could blow again. But here we go. We're getting a countdown.
Okay. Women's finalists are on their boards.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, good start for Chloe, and she's going to need it. She is behind in time here in the women's finals. She's on the right. Raequel McCosker on the left. Chloe looking pretty fast in the right-hand lane. Raequel on the left. Raequel needs a clean lap, maybe riding a little bit. She doesn't look like she's riding conservatively at all. Oh, my gosh, the wind is whiffing, Ted. Look at the tape all the way up and down the course. We are getting huge gusts, and it may affect the riders. Yep, there goes Chloe.
Chloe goes down. Oh,
my gosh,
Raequel
goes down. Scramble for boards. This is what Chloe needed, an opportunity, but she is off her board as well. Raequel on the right side of your screen got back on quicker than Chloe. She's on the high line.
Oh, my gosh, Chloe just takes a huge tumble.
Oh, my goodness, folks. Raequel, resilient in her effort. She is zooming down the course amidst gale force winds here in Las Vegas. Raequel coming onto the blacktop. We'll see if we can get you a time. Raequel is in the driver's seat, and that's the position that she's been all weekend, Ted. Raequel got 2 berms to lace, got the corner, 2 straightaways, and that's what's separating her
from the rest of the women here.
From holding another trophy up. Raequel McCosker in her
natural state, flow state.
Hits berm 2. Hits berm 2. We'll get an update on the race tape here in a second. Into the corner.
Looks like they put up more race tape, or they're holding
it? They are relentless with their
human race tape pose there?
They will not let it go. Into the first of 2 straightaways. Raequel, this has to feel great, Ted. She knows that she has this. She's got all of her homies here watching her, cheering her on, and she is about to take another trophy home at the Western Regional Qualifiers. Raequel McCosker coming through the finish line, and Raequel is going to be your 2021 Western Regional Qualifier champion. Put a nail in the coffin, Ted.
Unofficially official champion.
Unofficially official women's Western Regional Qualifier champion. Took home the Central, taking home the West.
Major shout out to Chloe from Montana coming out and putting on an absolute performance.
Absolutely gutsy performance from Chloe. Took a number of highlight reel diggers, and she's going home Number 2, she is stamping her ticket to Race the Rail as well with a second-place performance. Love to see it. You love to see a young rider like Chloe coming in second, getting a ticket, and quite honestly, the dominance of Raequel McCosker remains.
That is true. I didn't think about that. She will get a bid now to Race of the Rail since
She's going to the
Raequel
show.
already has a ticket.
We'll see. Raquel's got a ticket, and I think actually third place is going too. So whoever finished in third, I think, is going as well, because Raquel's already stamped a ticket. So we'll get you. That's why that qualifying third and fourth place round is so consequential on the women's side, because Raquel already picked up a ticket to Race the Rail.
There are more spots to fill.
Yeah, there's 2 more spots are being filled here today. So we're going to go down the bracket to 2 and 3. So I think that's either Gabby or Zoe. We'll see. Zoe's already got a ticket. So maybe
they were going to go even farther down the ladder.
So maybe that means Gabby's got one too. We're gonna get the best riders there. That's what we're gonna do. There's the pavilion, folks. That's where we're bringing you the race. We can't see what the heck's going on. We just got a little TV screen here. We're watching it with you guys. But this has been so much fun. Thanks for joining us.
We're going to head on to the top.
No, we're going to head right into the camera, and we're going to talk to you about what's going to happen next, which is the men's finals.
Yeah, I was going to say we're going to head to the top of the mountain for the men's finals.
There we are. That's the crowd. Now we're getting the crowd shot. Yep, men's finals next. These people have been witnessing a show. There they are, Jesse and Austen. Austen needs to spill. Is he capable of getting off the board?
I don't think at this point in the race. I think he's confident on the course, confident with his own skills.
Has he fallen this whole time?
Not during this finals. I don't know.
How many laps? These people have done so many laps to have not have fallen.
At least 8. At least 8 laps on this course. No, more than that. Because you have 2 during the qualifiers.
Incredible to run this course that many times without falling.
More than 10, for sure.
You hit the tables here in Vegas, so you might be on a heater, but if you keep going all in like these racers do, all it takes is 1.
That's a great analogy.
And we'll see if his luck continues or
how
if
sharp
it runs out.
that camera looks.
Yeah, what do we upgrade our camera equipment halfway
all of a sudden
through?
he's shooting 4K
You guys holding out on us. That's Austen from Northern California. The greatest place on earth.
I think Austen last time was wearing Alpine Star boots too.
That's a good.
And it looks like he changed up his shoe game for this race.
Yep. He's also got that GoPro on, and he told me that he'd give me that card.
Wow.
So we'll see if we get winning laps.
That's
he's
huge
recording.
if he takes a win with the GoPro.
That would be fun to watch, that's for sure. All right. Your men's finals, folks. Take another bite of the donut because we got Austen Silva and we got Jesse from Hawaii, the Flying Hawaiian, up at the top. Going to drop momentarily. Jesse Turpin from Hawaii, Austen Silva from Northern California. Austen probably has the time advantage here. Jesse needs to pull something out of the bag.
2, 1, drop.
And they are off. Jesse with the arms out, getting a little bit of a lead on the first section. Both riders taking it smoothly. Austen on the right, Jesse on the left. Jesse's on the fastest line, so Jesse needs to get to the convergence before Austen here, Ted. Oh, look at Austen's dust trails. Dude is flying. Oh, my goodness. But Jesse is also riding very quickly. Austen just carving this course up.
Entire dip.
Doesn't even lose speed. Absolutely incredible. Austen might come into this convergence ahead of Jesse. Austen is coming into the convergence just ahead of Jesse. That is a bad sign for the Flying Hawaiian because he needs to make up some time. He's going to need to put pressure on Austen here, and he's going to need Austen to take a spill, maybe onto the blacktop. This is a little bit of a slippery section. Ooh. Bobble there.
Looked like a little bit of a slip, but he was
able to keep it. Look how casually he just accelerates out of that. Into the first berm. And into the second berm. He acts like it's just like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
You know,
he really attacks those trail sections and then just coasts.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, you have to think that he's comfortable with this lead. He feels like no one can accelerate past him.
But it's not like he's giving up any time though. Like he's still able to maintain his speed. He's just so like calm on the board, you know?
Jesse has is giving everything he has here. He's milking as much speed out of this board as he can, but Austin's just maintaining that gap there. Coming into the final turn, into the final straightaway of the Western Regional Qualifiers, Onewheel Racing League men's champion is looking like it's going to be Austen Silva from Northern California. Oh! Jesse tried to get him at the end.
Dude,
that was nuts.
Dude, I think, Jack, this is too close to call.
I jumped the gun, Ted.
I think we might have to wait for the official time results,
no
because that was close.
Oh, my goodness. How did Jesse get the extra gear there?
Wow. Absolutely unreal.
That was nuts.
That's classic RL action, baby.
That's classic ORL. I thought that was absolutely done and dusted. I thought that, we were going to have Austin cruising in and Jesse behind him. That lap was very tight.
Just got word that we're going into overtime. It's too close to call.
We're not actually going into overtime, but we're getting the times.
Yeah.
But we have
To be
hugs.
announced.
We have clapping. We have people getting lifted. Oh boy, this has been an absolute doozy. A big shout out to everybody involved: Joe, 702, Sever, Justin Thompson.
The whole squad.
The whole camera crew, and we're going to get you some results here shortly. I think everyone's just relieved that everyone made it down the hill in one piece today.
It's going to be a bit hectic here as the riders come to the pavilion, where we will host the award ceremony. So all the riders will be coming up here in a second. We'll be getting the times.
They're
And man,
filing up.
What a afternoon we had here in Vegas. The night is still young.
It almost seems like not real life, Ted.
It never does.
This
Never
almost
does.
seems like not real life to me. An absolute blast, an absolute show, an absolute show here today. I mean, early rounds was just like spills on spills on spills. Some amazing comeback moments there. Some amazing acceleration on some straightaways. I mean, in the words of the Gladiator, are you not entertained?
That's great. I think we're getting word here. Maybe check in with the booth to see what times.
Folks,
Me and
what
Jack,
happens here when we stop talking is someone's talking in our ear and explain to us what's happening next.
Very loud, too.
I'm going to let Ted listen to what's happening, and I'm just going to talk to you. We're getting folks, it looks like, coming up the trail to the commentator booth, and we're going to award these trophies to the men's and women's champions of the Western Regional Qualifiers. There's our little buggy that's been bringing people up all day. So much fun here today. As the crowd comes up, it's going to get loud. We aren't going to be able to hear ourselves. We have, who's in the buggy? That may be some of our riders there.
Stay tuned. We are about to do the full trophy ceremony.
That's right. A moment in history as the clouds darken and the winds begin to ripple all of the infrastructure here in Bootleg Canyon. This is a moment, Ted, that will live forever. The Western Regionals, the first ORL Western Regionals. You folks are a part of history. You're a part of this up-and-coming sport. If you haven't already, comment below how much fun you had watching this whole thing. Everyone's yelling and shouting. I can't even hear myself. It's been a great time. It has been an absolute great time. Here we have the highlights. This is the last race. We have Jesse on the left, and we have Austin on the right. What is going on here is just that Austin is going so freaking fast. It's insane. I don't really know how Jesse caught up at the end. That's something to look out for because I totally thought that Austin had that in the bag.
Looks like we're getting set up here to do.
Onto the blacktop at 48. That's an amazingly fast round. So let's see how Jesse made up ground. Into the corner, still with a healthy lead. It is on the final straightaway, Ted, is when Jesse decided, it's do or die time.
Just like Brendan said last race of the rail, you think you're tapped out, but there's that a little bit extra speed that you could tap into.
Extra gear.
And Jesse fully just channeled that. Let's see if we get the good angle here of Jesse
I was calling
making
it
that
for Jesse, I was calling it for Austen at this moment. But here comes, where does that come from? Oh my gosh. Wow, we're going to have to use that moment in the highlight reel, Ted.
Looks like he almost surged it too, and he was able to bring it back and stay.
We're going to have to use that moment in the highlight reel.
As you can see, pavilion stacking up with riders here.
We are under this pavilion here. We're coming to you live. There are a lot of people around us, and the energy is high. They are excited. We're going to give these trophies away. And, folks, that was a lot of fun. We're getting our winners up to the top. I see Jesse from Hawaii, our second place finisher. He has stamped his ticket to race the rail. I see just a who's who of riders at this point.
Just about everyone's out here.
Yep.
It's getting loud.
Yep, we're getting our camera resources over here. We're going to bring you the award ceremony here shortly, folks.
In the meantime, we're going to hit some recap from the women's finals while we wait for the time.
This would be Zoe and Gabby. So, Ted, I actually don't know who came in third and who came in fourth in this race.
This is going to be a good
we're going to be
ceremony.
finding out. Yeah, we're going to be finding out, really, as you all do, what
the official results.
Yeah, the official results. I'm excited. I'm excited. John, do we have someone that knows the official results? I can't hear super well in the ear, so you should have them on a phone or something. We're going to get the details here, folks. We're going to have the people with the numbers give them to us so that we can make this announcement.
Anybody to be able to even close in on Austen Silva, who, in my opinion, is probably is one of the fastest one-wheelers in the world right now. It was just incredible. I mean, if that's not giving it 110%, then nothing is.
I was literally calling the race for Austen, and with the, I thought there was no way. Oh, we have a little champagne spill already. I was calling the race for Austen. I thought there was no way. I mean, he had a comfortable gap. I thought there was no way that Jesse was going to catch up. And then all of a sudden at the end there, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He got kicked into that next gear. And we saw that many races today. Just some amazing neck-and-neck finishes at the end. I like how you designed the course with the straightaways at the end. That provided a lot of fun. Exactly like a drag race. Ted, let's get you over here and get your microphone too. Okay, we're using Ted's microphone. It's Joe and I. We're hanging out. Joe, any shout-outs, any other thoughts from this race here? What are you looking forward to in the Eastern Regional now? What are the storylines going in?
I don't know. I think there was a lot of surprises this weekend. I think you guys are in store for a treat at the Wheel Scorcher event there on the East Coast of North Carolina. Don't miss it. It's going to be the final race of the season to determine who goes to the Race for the Rail 2021. I want to give a shout out to my crew, the 702 One Wheels. Without their help this weekend, none of this would be possible. Those guys put in long hours, hard work between grooming trails, putting up rebarb, and getting this course what it was. Also to Paul and May from Sever, they really rocked it. They helped out with all the registrations. We had a little hiccup there on Saturday with the registrations because one of the iPads didn't work, and they really pulled it together and got everybody out and running, and everybody had a great time. Did you guys have a great time this week?
Is that cool or what?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I want to thank Future Motion and One Wheel for providing us this opportunity to host this race. It was a great honor for us, and we look forward to it in the future.
And it looks like we're doing trophies now, folks. We're doing trophies. Joe, thank you very much, man. You're the man. Yeah, absolutely. All right. We're going to bring you guys trophies here. I don't know where the cameras are or what I'm supposed to do, but Justin Thompson, Commissioner of the ORL. Take it away, Justin.
All right, y'all. Can everybody hear me? Can't hear me? Okay.
It's live. It's
okay,
live.
I'm on. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of be yelling a bit. Thank you all for coming out. Give it up again for Joey Knuckles, for Sever, for May, Paul, May, all the folks at Sever, all their volunteers, the 702 One Wheel crew. None of this would have happened without all of them working their butts off for the last week and probably weeks beforehand coming out here. Really stoked to be here. We're going to go ahead and announce the ladies. So, give it up for the pro ladies. You all are all like serious troopers going all day in this heat, going back and forth. Appreciate everyone's patience. All right, we'll just get with it. Number 4, fourth place, with a time of 5 minutes, 7.95 seconds, Chloe Kosloskey. Give it up for Chloe, give it up. All right, third place, with a time of 4 minutes, 47.72 seconds, Gabby Soto. Give it up for Gabby, give it up. Second place, with a time of 4 minutes, 46.68 seconds, Raequel McCosker. That's hilarious. All right, and first place with a time of 4 minutes, 37.93 seconds, Zoe Thomas out of Delta, Utah, y'all. Give it up, give it up. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. By the power vested in me as Onewheel Racing League Commissioner, Zoe, congratulations, you're going to race for the rail. This is Zoe's second time at Race for the Rail.
What? How does this feel?
I think it's really good with not riding so much. It's kind of amazing. I don't know. I'm excited.
Heck yeah! Well, congrats.
Nice, congrats
You
again,
did great.
Zoe.
Thank you.
And because Raequel is already going to Race for the Rail, Gabby Soto, you will also be going to Race for the Rail. Give it up for these ladies! Give it up!
Maybe not on the boards.
Yeah.
Well, too late. We got to get new boxes now, folks. Damn it.
These boards are champagne resistant. All right, ladies, thank you so much. We're going to start getting the men up. Congratulations again, Zoe. Give it up big, y'all. Give it up. All right, after a very long day, men, our final four. This was super tight competition as well. Everyone involved was crushing it today. But, so, our fourth place winner, Brendan Schermeyer, with a time of 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Congratulations. You're good. You're good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling real good.
Nice. All right. Third place from Florida, Noah Bild, 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Congratulations. Give it up, give it up. These guys crushed all day. All right. Second place, all the way from Hawaii, 4 minutes, 0.66 seconds. Jesse, how you feeling, bro?
Feeling excited, feeling fast, baby, yes!
Right, that's right. So, as you know, Jesse will be going to Race for the Rail. Give it up, give it up. And this guy, he's been working for the dub this whole season with a time of 3 minutes, 45.78 seconds, 15 seconds faster than the second time. Austen Silva out of California. Austen, by the power vested in me, Onewheel Racing League Commissioner. Congratulations, bro. You're going to Race for the Rail, and you got a sick trophy.
You take it away, Justin. You got it.
How you feeling, Austen?
Feeling great.
What have you been doing to train for this?
Riding fast all the time.
Is there anyone out there that you think can beat you right now? No. That's what I want to know.
No.
Yeah, Neil got me.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, fellas. Y'all give it up for these guys again. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Well, folks, Onewheel Racing League. That was a lot of fun. Thank you all for tuning in. I have no idea where the camera angle is.
Straight in front of us right here. It's a wild ride. This is the Western Regional Qualifier.
Thank you for joining us.
Until next time, folks.
Peace. We are out.